Hello, I'm Joshua of Milestone Play. I am a professional game master, and today we are going to be doing a test play of my fantasy TTRPG, Herald's Decree. If you are familiar with games like Draw Steel, this is a slightly more tactical game. However, if Draw Steel is too tactical for you, this, I don't know, it may be your bag of cheese. I don't know. You'll have to tell me, watch the video, and compare it to Draw Steel and other games you've played to see whether this is more or less tactical. Today, we have a couple players that are going to be helping me. I very much appreciate their aid in recording these sessions for all of you to watch. You can jump into the Discord down below if you want to get in on a recorded session or get in on one of my professional games, either a one-shot or possibly something more long-term to see what's possible. I don't know. I hate advertising. Let's get into our game. This is going to be a test play for Herald's Decree. We are mainly looking at the background formula for monster life. We'll throw some stat blocks up on the screen, and you can see how a single stat block may be for a single monster, where they may have both stamina and body, or they may be a stat block for a group, either 6 monsters per hero or 3 monsters per hero. And we've done one test play already. That one is up on the Patreon. It's unlisted on YouTube. And that was a very good test play as we went from me kind of guessing at monster life stats and just getting a feeling and trying to make a formula. That formula gave them too much life, and what was supposed to be a simpler combat, what would be considered a 3 stat block combat, went for 2 hours. If you look at how long this video is, I may cut out a little bit of stuff just for the timing of dead space in the air, but the intention is to get 2 combats in this video and then be much shorter than that what happened before. So this test play is very much to see if monsters feel like they're doing enough damage before they die, but also the monsters that are supposed to be dying quickly are dying fast enough. So yeah, that's going to be the purpose of this test play. And then at the end, we're going to discuss how we felt it went, if there's adjustments that we want to make, or if I should start pushing in other directions, other types of monsters and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Our story today brings us to 2 adventurers that are answering a call for aid from the small village of Riversmark. Riversmark has been attacked by a number of goblins and bandit raiders throughout the last few weeks, and they are in the need of heroes. Our heroes will be going to Riversmark, dealing with the goblin threat, as this is our obligatory goblin adventure. Barrett, would you like to introduce your hero for us?
Hello, I'm Barrett Alil. I'll be playing Mus Ormond. He's a dwarf, archetype magician, pathway battle mage. I probably could have said that in a little bit different way, but either way, using fire and lightning magic.
Fantastic. And then, Druid's Flame, would you like to introduce your character?
Hello, I'm Dread's Flame. My character's name is Halvathor. He is goes by Hal for short, but he is a guardian that is of the same. He is a guardian that does the sanctified faith pathway. Holy crap! I need to start over.
You're fine.
I'm playing Halvathor. He's goes by Hal for short. He is a guardian that has the sanctified faith pathway. He is a demi-human, but basically just kind of a human. And he does a lot of guardings and the tank stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah, so for some of our character development of this game, our ancestries can be split into demi-human, beast folk, a couple other things. And demi-human is the overall group of humans, elves, dwarves, halflings, all that. And if you want to have mixed lineage of, an elven grandparent, mainly elven, half-elven parents, that sort of stuff, you can just choose from a number of features that lean you towards more one of the ancestries than another. But generally, humans are the smack dab center, and from there, everything is a more extreme going out. And then for our pathways, they are kind of like classes, but you can gain multiple of them as you adventure. If you can find a mentor, they can mentor you in a new pathway and begin to train you in new sorts of skills. So yeah, this is has the possibility to single class, or it could be multi-classing the game, where you just continue to find mentors that will help you learn to do additional things. But yeah, awesome. Those are our characters. As we set off on this adventure, you lot will be going through the Fang-Talon Forest on your way towards River's Mark. And it does not take long before your journey is interrupted. You hear the cracking of brambles and briars, you hear leaves kind of rustling, and then coming up from behind a dead log, as well as kind of popping up from a couple different larger boulders, you see the small, scrawny little green, yellow skinned, the different levels of kind of like warbling, rubbery, wartish type um, blemishes across them, as you have a number of these goblins surrounding you on all sides. And then coming out from around that large stump, there is a heftier one, giant, got more bulbous arms, got a bit of heft and weight to him in both size and strength, as he calls out, "Yes! Ah, you're here. Fantastic! We love having you here. You're on our road. That means you must pay our yak.
You're a yak.
Yes, you must pay the yaks.
I don't see any yaks.
No, that's because you have to give it to us. Pay us our yaks."
So anyway, I started blasting.
Okay.
They're small.
Yeah.
Haven't had this
So
kind of haven't had this kind of feature in a game in a long time.
yeah, they are pretty small. So as we look around, there are many small tokens on the battlefield. Goblins are size 1/3 in this game, so you can get 3 goblins into a square. Quite literally, 1 square, 3 goblins, and they can surround you on all sides. So as opposed to having like, oh yeah, a maximum of 8 goblins on a square map or 6 on a hex, of like, yeah, only so many people can attack me. Nah, if you get surrounded by goblins, that's on this map, that's up to 24 goblins just stabbing you to death. So maybe you don't let them surround you. I have a starting zone for us where you generally would have been as they began to crop out of the undergrowth. You may move your token to be anywhere within this starting region. And then I will call out the general positioning. We do have our chief up by the fallen log with a couple of his underlings. All of the square ones with the light green border, maybe not the best for this map, are going to be goblin shivers. So they are mainly melee individuals. They can still pick up rocks and throw them, but they're not very good at it. And then we have a couple more to the north, so don't miss them. Though missing them is kind of a passive perception fail. And then we also have some goblin thorn chuckers. So there's 3 around and on top of this boulder. One up on the boulder has a really good shot at you, so be careful. We got another 2 down here and another 1 over here. So they're kind of surrounding on all sides. So you lot can move your tokens where you feel is most appropriate for the start of this battle.
So the foliage, like the tree that's right there, right? Like that's a tree that's tall, but like this, they can see over that bush.
Yes, awesome. So yeah,
Okay.
I have marked where the trunks of the trees are. So you have all of the tree foliage, and then there's the actual trunk if you want to hide behind it. And then for the lower foliage, everything with this little uh, white rhombus, white, not quite diamond. All of those white dotted squares are going to be difficult terrain. So they take an additional square of movement to pass through, but you can shoot over them. Anyone behind a stone or behind a tree trunk or something, they're going to have some cover. So cover just reduces incoming damage before you even defend. But yeah, so you can shoot and fire over all of the low plant life that simply slows down your movement. Also, plant life, difficult terrain prevents you from shifting, so kind of disengaging, moving away without attacks of opportunity. So if you are stuck in difficult terrain, it's also harder for you to get out of places safely.
Well, Mus, I think you should stay near me,
That's the plan.
but you definitely have more range than I do because my range is just the reach. So I don't know where you pick where you would want to be, and I'll get next to you.
I just moved over one.
Okay.
Good call of the guardian to guard.
Move. Would me being here provide like a kind of a half cover for uh, against this guy here?
It could provide a bit of cover. Mainly, it's just going to incentivize me to have that guy shoot you.
Oh, okay. Well, shooting me is better than shooting the squishy.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we got ourselves positioned, rotating just a little bit from where I originally had you. From there, we're going to go into initiative. So I need both of you to go ahead. Initiative is going to be drawing one card and adding your agility. And most of the stuff we're going to be doing for you two, we're going to be on page 3 of the character sheet. For the viewers, character sheets are divided into the types of encounters. So instead of going through your entire sheet looking for, do I have anything for this? It just groups everything in. This is the sort of things you need for this type of encounter. So as we look at their draws, Mus, that face card is a 10 plus whatever your agility is. That's going to put you into the hero 1 phase. So at the very beginning of the initiative order. So we're going to go ahead and just pop you up there. And then we have a 7. Do you have any bonus to your agility, Hal?
No, agility is 1.
Okay, that's going to put you in hero 2. So you lot not going too late in the initiative, but one enemy managing to sneak in between the two of you, we will begin combat. For the beginning of combat, we don't have any beginning of round effects set up yet. Some of you may have the option to have abilities that you get something when you draw for initiative, but I don't think either of you have those. So we're good to go straight into Mus. Mus, you have all of your potential, all 4 of your action points for you to begin interacting with the battlefield. You don't have to spend all of your potential, all of your action economy. You could save some of it for defending later. What are you interested in doing, Mus?
At the moment, math. um, I will start off. I will spend 1 potential into Arcana. Oh wait, it's 2. I have to spend 2. I have to spend 2 points in Arcana to do my Arcane Bolt, and I will do fire, and I will shoot it at the one on the rock.
Okay, cool, cool. So that's going to be draw 1 damage. And we can get rid of some of your old cards.
It's a 10 face, or no, it's a 10 non-face.
Okay, so that is 10 incoming damage. With that, I have no doom to have them defend. So you're just going to do straight 10 damage to them. My goblin thorn chuckers, my archers, have 3. No, they have 4 each. So that's enough to get 2 kills and damage another.
Oh, I forgot they were on lump health.
Yeah, so all of the archers are on 1 health pool, and all of the shivers are on another health pool as minion groups. So you don't just overkill the one you shot, but you also flare through to the next. So that's going to just be 10 damage to the overall health pool, and you get to kill the main one you were shooting at, and you get to kill another logically nearby. Do you want to kill the northern one or the southern one?
I would say with my angle and the angle of the shot, he probably fell back and hit the left one.
The left one. Okay. So you have already taken out 2 of the dangerous archers. Anything else on your turn?
I will, just for a little bit of safety's sake, I will put 1 point of momentum into my Arcana, so that when we hit the top of the turn, I actually have my shields active.
Cool, cool. As you shoot off some energy into a fire, and then you begin weaving this kind of laminated ward of magic about you. Anything else on your turn?
I did.
Awesome. Well, with that, we will go on to villain 1, which is going to be my Goblin Thornchuckers. My Goblin Thornchuckers are possibly limited based off of positioning. Both of those can get you. That can reach, and these can reach. Oh no. Okay. So There's going to be a lot of shots coming in. They don't have to move to shoot you, so they're just going to start shooting, and they're each going to use their pincushion ability. We're going to have them shoot the nearest individual. So that is going to be we'll do 2 high up shots on Hal and then 2 low shots on Mus. So those with the height advantage are getting a boon on their attack, which means that if it is a club, they get to draw again. So we will do the 2 basic shots initially on Mus. Mus, this is going to be a total of 12 incoming damage. How would you like to react to that 12 damage?
Oh, that's a bit more than I was expecting. I will defend. That's only 5.
Okay, so you're defending a little, and then some of it just goes to your stamina. Stamina doesn't actually touch your body. It's just the efforts you go through to dodge or roll with the blows and stuff like that. As these arrows go zipping by you, you see that they are covered in these brambles, and some of them, almost like streamers on a kite, have little like rose vine thorns trailing behind them as they snag by you, ducking underneath these barbed clotheslines. Also, very much like kite fighting, with like the glass on the wire. So there's the attacks on you, and then there's going to be 2 attacks on Hal, and both of these have a boon. So if it's a club, I get to draw again. That is not a club. And that is not a club, but one of them is a phase card. So that's going to be, let's double check on their fighting style. That's going to be 9 incoming damage, but you also get hit by their barbed tangles. So barbed tangles inflict halted 1. So do you have any response to 9 incoming damage and halted 1?
Since I haven't gone, I don't have any of my stuff yet.
You have all your potential. Everyone gets all of their action economy
Oh,
at the
okay.
start of the round, so you could totally defend. Now you get 4 potential each round,
Okay.
and so you could spend 1 or 2 of them right now to just defend.
Yes. I'm gonna use 2 to do cautious defender.
Okay.
That'll give me reduce incoming damage by your armor rating times 2, which is
Enough.
1428.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This cautious
And
defender
then it
is
would,
not for the damage, it's for the secondary effect.
yeah, it reduces the value of a negative condition that comes with the attack by half. The
Okay.
potential spent on the maneuver, which means it reduces it by 1. So if it was 1, it's 0.
Okay, so how do you, as these arrows are coming in, how do you take no damage and not get all tangled up by these like barbed wires coming behind them with all their brambles?
Well, Hal's really good with his shield, so he just kind of spins and moves his shield and just knocking him out of the air.
Fantastic. So that's going to be my turn for my Goblin Thornchuckers, as they have pretty much stayed where they are, and those behind cover are maintaining the cover, and those up on top are maintaining that kind of lookout position. So we will continue on to Hal. Hal, you have just defended some, so you have less to do on your turn. What's going on?
Well, let's see. So I have 2 potential left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not anywhere near anyone.
Yeah,
But
yeah. You started off very centralized with very little
yeah.
ranged opportunities.
So what I'm gonna do is tell Mus to shrug off those things that came in and hit another one by holding the line, and spend 2 potential into willpower, which he's going to regain 10 stamina and gain a 1 defense momentum.
Fantastic. So as you tell Mus to hold the line, healing up their stamina and making them better able to defend themselves, Mus, any reaction to that?
Thank you.
I got you, buddy.
And then anything else for story before we continue on?
That would be my turn.
Okay. From there, we go to Villain 2, where our goblin shivers are, and they're going to come in heavy and hard. To clear up our map a little bit, since it's about to get really crowded there, we'll just remove the starting zone. As each of my goblin shivers has 2 potential, so they can do 2 things. And I think I'm going to have those from the north begin to move in on Muss right there. And then we're going to have some of the ones behind one of the bushes not grow and shrink them. We're going to move them in on Muss right there, having just enough speed with that difficult terrain to get up. This little goblin is going to have to dash. He's going to have to spend both of his potential into agility to get up to Hal. And then the 3 behind the boulder are also going to have to do that. So they're going to begin to just surround all of you. And then we'll move the others up as well. So that guy's going to have to spend both of his agility to move. And these ones are going to spend both their agility to move. Nah. Yeah, why not? Why not? We're having fun. So they're going to begin to cascade down all around you. And based off of their movement, the 3 above Muss and the 2 below Muss each have 1 more potential left where they can attack. They cannot do their really good power, which is called Stab 'em Good, because they don't have time to stab you good. They can just do a random slice and cut out at you. As Hal is just sitting there really shouting and blocking and stuff, and Muss is incinerating goblins. They're going to, for the moment, focus on Muss. What they don't know is that Hal's shouting has better prepared Muss for this attack. So even if I'm not attacking the Guardian is still guarding people. Muss, as you are surrounded on all sides, each of the goblins, for their basic melee strike, is going to do 1 piercing. So that is 5 incoming piercing.
All right, and they don't get flanking a tactical bonus.
So they would have a tactical bonus, but that only applies when they're drawing cards. So the fact
Understood.
that they had to move means that they don't get the flanking. But because they're now surrounding you, if you don't kill a bunch of them before their next turn, they're going to get their good attack and tactical bonus for flanking. So it gives you lot the chance to react to the flood of minions coming in before they stab you in the legs, drop you down, stab you in the throat, tear out your eyes, all that sort of stuff.
So I will spend that momentum that Hal just gave me, my defense momentum.
Cool.
That'll 5 defense, and you said it was 5 damage coming in?
5 damage coming in, so you should be good.
Cool.
As you spend your momentum, I get a point of Doom. So Doom is my special resource for doing fun stuff, and I don't get Doom unless you lot are spending momentum. Momentum is your bonus action economy. So you all have to do cool action stuff before I get to do cool action stuff. But yeah, that's all of our goblin shivers running in, beginning to surround. Some of the squares have 3 goblins in them. One of them has 2 goblins. One of them has 1 goblin. So yeah, there's goblins everywhere. And that's the end of their turn. And we will go to our bully chief. Our goblin bully chief on his turn is going to begin to move up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on his turn, what else can he do? He's got 3 more potential. He's working with the same amount of potential as you lot. He doesn't have any really good ranged. We'll go ahead and move him a second time. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to get right up on you. And then he is going to use an ability that costs 1 skill called Put 'em Where I Want 'em, as he starts beating and swatting and grabbing and shoving around, as the bully chief he is, to put goblins where he wants them. So for 1 skill, he can shift up to 3 goblins. And he's going to take the goblins that are behind him and pull them up into his square. And then he's going to take one of the doubled up ones, and he's going to pull them to be more of a barrier, so Muss just can't step through that gap diagonally and get to him. So he's getting this little barrier around as he's just pushing and shoving, getting people everywhere where he needs them. So he has moved twice. He has used Put him where I want him, and then he's got 1 left. So he's just going to pick up a rock. Actually, it's not a rock. It's going to be like a skull on his belt, as he's got this big cleaver axe, and he's got like all these skulls, and he's gonna grab a skull and he's just gonna chuck it at Hal. So that's gonna be draw 1 of blunt incoming, and so that's gonna be 5 incoming damage on Hal. Hal, how do you choose to react to that 5 incoming damage?
Sorry, that was me. If so, my armor rating is 14. Would that just negate it if I let it take that?
No, you have
I don't have
to
any.
you have to defend for your armor rating to matter. If you don't defend, it goes straight to your stamina, which is like your passive dodging back and forth, and it takes
Right.
energy. So you could just let it go to
Okay.
your stamina. At the end of a battle, at the very end of a battle, all your stamina comes back. So it is a usable resource.
Yeah, and I don't have any potential left. So I'll dodge it and take the 5 stamina.
Cool,
So
cool. Awesome. With that, that's going to be the end of the bully chief's turn as we go to the top of the round. At the top of the round now, we have our first round of income. So beyond the first round of combat, and maybe this is something that needs to change, but every other round, our heroes get income. And so that income predominantly is going to be 1 momentum of their core capacity, their core stat. So for Muss, you being our magician, you're going to get 1 free Arcana momentum, and then our Guardian is going to get 1 free defense momentum to use as you wish. As you ought to gain those, we continue on to Hero 1. Muss, it is your turn. You are pretty well surrounded by goblin shivers, and if they're not dealt with, they're about to bear you to the ground and stab you 1,000 times.
So I will take the withdraw action. I will spend 1 potential into agility, and I will step back next to Hal. And I am going to blast wave. Let's do lightning this time. And I will spend my 2 Arcana momentum and 1 potential. And that would be 3 by 3, so just the 6 squares, the squares all to the left of me with centered. And that'll be my Arcana damage plus 2. That'd be 3 plus 2, that'd be 5 damage to each creature.
Okay. So yeah, you have 2 different arcane foci in your hands. You've got an ember orb and a copper wand. So first you shut out with the orb, and now you're going for the wand. As that is 5 damage.
Wait, do I have to sorry,
Go ahead.
do I have to spend points to switch hands options?
Yes. So as we are learning, this wasn't something I was going to majorly bring up, but it's a great time to learn for everyone else. It takes 1 skill in order to switch out what you have in your hands. So if you have, a sword and shield, you could spend 1 skill to put those away and pull out a longbow. It's just a general 1 skill to switch out what's in your hands. If you have an empty hand and you have a quick item, quick items are on your sheet as like specific things. You have 3 quick item slots. You can, with an empty hand, pull out a quick item without it costing anything. But aside from those quick items, it takes 1 skill to switch out what you're using. But that's a detail for later learning. So for now, I'm just assuming Yeah, you've got one implement in one hand and one implement in the other.
Oh, so that's cool. You can do it like Skyrim, where
Yeah,
you just have different magic in each hand.
yes, yes, you can different magic Skyrim in each hand, totally. It just means that you don't have easy access to pull stuff out of your belt. But
Understood.
for now, we're learning. It's fine. It's all in your favor. So yeah, so that blast wave once again is you've given me 2 doom to do this, but that is going to be all those squares, and blast wave targets squares, not creatures. So every goblin in those squares is taking 5. Um, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 5 is 30 points of damage. That's enough to take out the entire Goblin Shiver ranks. That's just all of them. So, as you lightning blast all of it, how do you kill them and the ones on the other side of hell?
Think there was a I really overcharged it, and there was plenty of extra juice kind of floating in the air, so I just spun to the left, and it kind of arced around. A little chain lightning action going on,
Fantastic. So, we'll go ahead and kill all of them.
and that'll be my turn.
If it was less damage, I would have used Doom to defend, but I can't. I cannot defend enough to save goblins in this instance. So, yeah, real good blasting everything. You have the rest of your turn.
Ah, that'll do it. I'm gonna save the other 2 potential.
Okay. Well, w-
You shot him, Jax.
we will go on to our Goblin Thornchuckers, and there are still 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Hal, you have damaged nobody. So they're all going to focus on Mus. Because they some of them have to attack through how to get to you. We're going to consider you having half cover from this volley attack, and so you're just automatically going to, I believe it's defend 5 of this incoming damage. So cover 50% is 10 points. Never mind. We're defending automatically 10 points before this even gets started. Unfortunately, that is going to be 2 regular draws and 2 draws with a boon. I was doing the regular draws first, which suck. And then the ones with the boon. Oh no. That's going to be 22 damage. Now, one of them, since they're all independent attackers, is undefendable. So no matter what, you're going to take that one. But the other 11 gets cut down, or yeah, the other 21 gets cut down to 11. So you got 12 damage coming in. 11 can be defended.
The ace was the undefendable
Yes, the
because
ace
of
is
the
the
because of the
undefendable.
ace.
Yep.
All right, I will. I'll spend my 2. I have a defense score of 2, so I'll spend my last 2 defense points in there to defend 5 times 2 for 10.
For 10. So you're going to take 2 damage after all that. As you have all of these arrows with their barbed tangles dangling from the ends of them, you have built up a little bit of protective magic. It's fallen away as you've blasted outwards. You have Hal next to you gathering some of these blows. You only take 2, and I think you're probably looking pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Hal's got my spirits up.
Fantastic. Well, that's the end of my Thornchuckers, and we go on to Hal. Hal, we've got some Thornchuckers still around, and we all of a sudden have the bully chief bullying individuals around as he watches them get fried.
Um, let's see. So the real quick, the income that I got was just 1 defense momentum, right?
Correct. So
Okay,
you
just making
have
sure.
your 4 potential as well as a free defense momentum, which can
Okay.
be cashed in anytime this combat.
So I am going to Move up to here. That's in range of the bully, right?
That is, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Um, and then since I only have 2 martial, I'm going to spend 2 potential on martial to guardian strike, which is going to draw 2 damage, and since Mus is within 6 squares of me, he's going to get a defense momentum.
Is that 6 squares? I think the Guardian Strike has to be an ally adjacent
Oh,
to you.
adjacent. Okay, so if I'm here, would that do the same thing?
That would totally do that. Yes, sir. Totally.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought that was within 6, but
no, we're good, man.
all right. So yeah, we're gonna do that,
Okay.
and I'm gonna draw 2 here.
Oh, no. Okay, so that is going to be, for you, face cards are 10s on attacks. So that's 17 plus a carrier effect.
Right.
What is your fighting style?
Oh, sword and board. So the draw counts for a 10, and I gain 1 defense momentum. So
So you're
yeah,
saying that you have moved between Mus and the bully chief, gained a defense momentum yourself, and gave one to Mus as you are the epitome of the wall you said you'd be.
and hit him for 17.
And hit him for 17. Okay. So now I do have some doom to defend with. I need to decide whether I'm just going to take that 17 um, or not. So for my bully chief, he cannot use his special defense, which is die for me, because you killed all the goblins before he could sacrifice them. Um, so yeah, he's. I'll go ahead and spend 1 doom in order to do a defense, reducing the incoming damage by 6. So that is only going to be 11 incoming damage, but that is enough to completely wipe out his stamina and do a little bit to him. As you come in, you're being more defensive than aggressive. You get past his bluster. You manage to, hit him out, split the lip, just this tiny bit of blood as he looks up at you, the eyes going wide. I chop you down to size for that.
You can sure try.
Is that the end of your turn, sir?
Um, well, I still have 2 potential. And since I already spent 2 on martial, I can't do it again, right? Or
Well,
can I?
if your martial is 2 and you've spent 2 into it, you are at capacity. So you would have to have martial momentum to attack again. You
Gotcha.
yeah, you can attack a little bit, but you are much better at defending than attacking.
Um, well, then I will just let that be right there, and I'll
Okay.
still keep my 2 potential.
Cool, cool. Uh, with that, we will go to our bully chief. And our bully chief is going to he's gonna spend PC Doom, which is there's 2 player characters, so he's gonna spend 2 Doom. Doom stockpile is down to 0, as he is going to use Upper Gut, the bully chief. Ooh, no, he'll move before that. Yeah, he's gonna spend 1 agility to move up here, and now he's gonna uppercut. The bully chief throws his weight around, affecting all enemies within 1 square. Both of you must make a basic brawn test, and depending on whether you get victory, progress, or defeat, changes the effect. So both of you need a basic brawn test.
Just draw a card, right?
It is draw a card, and you can add your
And
brawn
add
skill.
brawn. Okay. That's a 12 for me.
12 is a victory, so no effect on you. However, for
I got a 4.
Mus, you got a 4. That is a defeat. that is going to push you 2 and knock you prone. So for that push 2, he is going to knock you back 2 and knock you prone. Upon knocking you away into the ground, he is going to turn upon Hal, and he still has 3 potential because that ability was a doom ability. And he is going to pull up that giant cleaver, and he is going to use his tree trunk chop as he attempts to fell you like a tree. So this attack does guard break 1 and draw 3 slashing damage. So this automatically gives you the guard break negative condition, which just means whenever you want to spend when you want to defend this, you have to spend 1 additional defense just to be able to defend it. It's a tax.
Okay.
So
Tasha's Defender plus the defense momentum. So 2 potential and 1 momentum.
You could
for my
totally do
defense?
that. Yes, you could totally do that.
Okay.
Okay, as you spend the momentum, I'll take that doom. And so, yeah, you have paid the tax, and you are reducing the incoming damage by 28.
And there was no other negative condition that would have been affected, right?
Correct. There's no other negative
Okay.
condition that would have been affected. So this is going to be a total of 19 incoming damage, which is really good that you're a cautious defender because that face card activates his fighting style. His fighting style is a limb hewer. The draw counts for 10 if the attack damages the target's body, threaten a wound, which could possibly disable an arm, a leg, make you bleed, all that sort of stuff. So as he breaks your defense and then goes for this limb hewing attack at very much trying to chop your leg off, how do you prevent all damage and prevent him from hitting your body?
Yeah, so like I said, Hal's really good with the shield. And that came through and he just smashed it against the shield and then moved the shield again really quick for that second part.
Fantastic. Yeah, so he has moved for 1, attacked for 2. He has 1 more potential available. And he only had to move 2 squares. He's going to disengage for 1 and then continue his other 3 squares of movement as he is beginning to retreat towards one of those goblin thorn chuckers. So as you are blocking and he reverberates off, almost like bouncing off of a gong, he then skimpers away like the coward bully chiefs are, because that tends to be how bullies are. That is the end of the round. We go to the top. Each of you gain your income of a Arcana and a Defense momentum for the 2 of you. You get all your potential back, so you have all your action economy back. Mus, you are prone on the ground. Getting up either takes an agility or a willpower to stand up, as we still have a bunch of thorn chuckers all around you guys. So, Mus, it is to your turn. I assume that you are standing.
Yes, and for willpower, would that be like using the overcome action?
Yes. So yes, technically prone is a condition. So
Yeah.
because of that, you can willpower overcome to get up, or you could agility stand up. It essentially makes it easier for you to get stood up without being like locked down because of action economy. You have multiple routes to
Uh-huh.
stand up.
Cool. I will use that. I will spend a potential into willpower to stand. And so if I was on the ground, I'm reading it here. Is there if I were to attack from the ground, what happens? Obviously, I get the tactical bonus of getting hit by someone else.
Yeah, there is no deficit for being prone on the ground and attacking. So like
Uh-huh.
if you're like on a hill and want to go prone for like that crossbow sniper position to like try and get cover, like you can do that and not have the deficit. Yeah, so it really only matters if people are adjacent to you or they're shooting down on top of you or something.
Understood. Cool. I will change targets here, and I'm going to arcane bolt at the right thorn chucker on the
Okay.
rock.
Awesome.
Yeah, that one. So let us do just a basic arcane bolt, 2 arcana potential, or a draw 1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hearts.
3 of hearts. He is going. I'm going to go ahead and spend my 1 doom I got for him to defend. And as he defends, he is going to use his defense style, slippery little fella. Each goblin thorn chucker not killed due to defending blocking can immediately disengage. So he can immediately shift down 3 and take cover as he dodges the attack and slips away. Because goblins are slippery little fellas.
I think that will do it for now.
Okay. Well, with the
Yeah.
end of your turn, our bully chief, skimpering away from Hal, just begins, shrieking out in the ancestral language, just gibbering and gibbering about take him down, take him down, take him down. This entire combat has been the Thorn Chuckers ignoring Hal because he's not damaging anybody. And the fact that the bully chief tried to chop you down and it did nothing, the bully chief is now terrified of you and is redirecting all of their attacks to attack you. So that is going to be 3 regulars and then 1 with a boon. So we'll do the regulars and then the boon at the end. Okay, so you have 2 undefendable damage incoming that you just have to take. And then you have 10 damage that can be defended.
Okay. I'm going to definitely spend one of my potential for defense,
Fantastic.
which just makes it so I have 2 damage coming up.
Cool, cool. So you just take a little bit of damage. It's in the stamina. You're going to regen it at the end of the combat as you are weathering this rather well. As the arrows are just passing everywhere, but not really affecting you aside from minor snags on your shield, pulling your arms back and forth. Yeah, that's the thorn chuckers. You've managed to get one of them off of his perch, but the rest are happily just shooting at you. And we continue on to Hal's turn. Hal, things are starting to get further away from you again, making it a bit more difficult for you to retaliate.
Well, now that I've drawn their ire and they know I am the threat that I am, I am going to use 1 agility so that I can move. And that lets me move 4. So 1, 3, 4.
Awesome.
Okay. And then I'm gonna look down at that goblin chief and say, we were just starting to have fun. And use forceful blows with my hammer, spending 2 martial, which is going to do draw 2 damage and push the creature 2 squares.
Cool, cool.
So, no, bummer. So that's going to be 4 damage, and then I would like to push him the 2 squares this way, but that would be he could only move 1 and then hit the trunk, right?
Yes. So force movement into unyielding objects do 4 points of damage for every square that they cannot be pushed. So you're going to toss him backwards, and instead of just the 4 damage from the hammer, that gets doubled as he'll also be taking another 4 damage from the tree. So that's a total of 8 damage. I will call out that typically attacking things of smaller sizes pushes them further. So typically, force pushing a goblin of size 1/3, because they are 2 sizes less than you, size 1 to 1/2 to 1/3, you increase it by a multiple each time. So instead, you would have pushed him 6. However,
Oh, really?
this particular goblin The Goblin Bully Chief has a feature called Pick on Someone Your Size. And the Bully Chief is considered size 1 for forced movement. That also would have come up earlier with him pushing you guys back. If you're smaller, the pushes push less. But because of pick on someone your size, he is capable of doing the forced movement. So yeah, on a different goblin, that would have splattered them against the tree far more. But because of his ego and his bulk, he's got a bit of heft to him. So yeah, that is still a very, very good hit and very good tactics of where you were and where you pushed him.
Cool. And then also I was looking at my character sheet and I completely forgot about this one part, which is adrenaline rush. When I draw for initiative, I gain 1 momentum of your core capacity. So I added that momentum.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I said at the beginning. Oh, I don't think either of you have. Turns out you do. So yeah, you would have started off with a little bit more momentum. Your momentum can only go as high as your capacity. I don't think at any point that would have mattered, but technically you have a maximum of 3 defense momentum because that's your capacity of 3. But yeah, for now, awesome, cool. We're learning.
Putting that 1 in would just put me at 3, so I wouldn't have been over 3 at any point.
Awesome, cool. Please spend that momentum so I can have the doom.
I really don't have anything else that I can do because there's no potential and I can't move. So
your potential for doing more stuff is gone. Well, from there, we would go to the shivers. There are no more shivers, so we'll just delete those so I don't get excited. And we go back to the Bully Chief. The Bully Chief does not like this whatsoever. He's upset and he wants to chop you down, but it's not gonna work. So instead, he's going to attempt his own forceful blow. He picks himself up from the tree, picks up the giant heaver, pushes off of the tree, and begins to just charge in. He's going to move for 1 agility, and he's still got 4 squares he can move. And he's going to attempt this massive forceful blow. This is going to be draw 4 and push 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a total of 14, 24, 29 incoming damage.
Defending is just 1 armor rating, is that correct?
Yes, if you take the block action, that is just 1 defense for 1 armor rating.
Okay, and then there's no negative conditions coming in with that?
There are no negative conditions. The push is technically not a negative condition. There's other steady stuff that prevents you from being moved, but in this case, yeah, right. Your cautious defender would do nothing.
Okay. So if I just spend 2 momentum defense, then that'll take away 28 of that damage, right?
Yeah. So he comes in for this massive attack, and he's going to do a single point of damage to you. Guys, playing the tank
and he also
works.
pushes me too?
Yes, he is also going to push you too. So that'll just be 2 away from him. As you catch the force of this giant blow right into your shield, right where your arm is, pressing it into your body, you stumble back a couple steps, and he takes the opening of you being pushed away to move another 4 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, as he's desperately trying to get to other goblins that he can push in front of him to get you to kill them instead of him. But yeah, that's his entire turn. That's all 4 of his potential. I'm back up to 2 doom from that defense, so I've got some to work with next round. But that's the end of the round. We go to the top, and you guys get your income of the thing that you do best. You can do more often than anyone else. So you get your Arcana and your defense momentum each. And Mus, we're back to you. We've got some Goblin Thornchuckers on the south side of the battlefield, and the other part of the battlefield, I now realize there's difficult terrain. he would have been here. Yeah, he would have been able to get up there. Cool. I just didn't want him. Oh no, he ran through the difficult terrain I made such a big deal about earlier. He could arc up around it. So awesome. Mus, it's on to you.
All right. Taking aim a little bit. Elevation calculation into range. Just Pythagorean.
Yeah, just Pythagorean.
Oof, I don't think I can hit him then because I'm at 10 squares there, so he's up.
I would say 1 square up doesn't matter much. Like that Pythagorean doesn't matter much.
Okay.
So you can
Um,
shoot him. The one remaining archer trying to get the elevation for height, and none of it has mattered.
and now the point is like the two potential costs for a draw one. It's just it always makes me want to spend more.
Yes. So yeah. As we've seen, the area of effect is nasty against minion hordes. But a Legolas elven archer character is going to be doing more damage than your firebolts at a distance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I will spend 3 potential, so I'll get a +1 improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I will reserve my Arcana momentum. So let's do a draw 2 attack on that guy.
Cool.
There's a 4 and an 8. So 12 just straight damage.
12 straight damage. The Thorn Chuckers have 4 hit points per. 12 damage would kill 3 of them. So let's go ahead and I'm going to spend a doom. We're going to have them defend. Instead of 8, you're only going to be doing, or instead of doing 12, you're only going to be doing 4. So that is going to be enough to kill a single Thorn Chucker. It'll be the one you aimed at. And then because of their defense, they're slippery little fellas, that managed to save 2 of them from dying. And so because of that, they get to shift. Unfortunately, one of them is in difficult terrain and cannot shift. So that determines that the other 2 will be the ones shifting. So we will shift this guy back up top, and we'll shift this guy up top. As rather than getting away, they're getting to the prime position to be able to shoot you better, as they're slippery little fellas getting into the appropriate attack positions.
They have a collective defense score of 8.
Yes. So every doom I spend is an armor rating of 8, and as you're attacking all of them with the hit points, they're defending collectively all of them. Yeah.
You know what? I thought I hit him. He fell down and he got back up. So I am going to spend the 2 momentum to fire again at that same rock.
Okay. So I will take those 2 momentum as you shot one down, it got back, another one got up in its place.
10 of clubs don't do anything right now.
Okay. So that is 10. I will defend again. And that defense makes it go down by 8. So you do 2 damage. And I got 8 left, 8 health left on that stack, which means I got enough for 2 goblins. 1 goblin dies. So the one you shot at dies. And then the other one, we'll shift him a bit further forward as he's getting overly eager for a good shot on you. Maybe too eager. It's going to lead to his death.
And that'll do it for me. I've got 1 potential left and only just 1 defense momentum to spend later.
Okay. With that, we'll have the 1 Goblin Thorn Chucker that's still in cover. He'll come up to get the perch. However, because he has to move, that means he is just doing a basic range strike. So that's going to be 2 incoming damage on Hal. Hal, are you going to take the 2, or are you going to spend action economy to defend 2 points?
Oh, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
And then the other one that has slowly moved into position, being the slippery little fellow he is going to get a single draw with his pincushion attack. And that's going to come with a boon. And that's just an ace. So that's a single undefendable damage to Mus. I will nickel and dime you to death, similar to the brown properties on Monopoly. Okay, that's
So
all.
the ace. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the ace. Since it was a single draw, is just one damage. But if it got tacked on to another card, does it make it all undefendable?
Correct. Yes. So
Okay.
yeah, that makes it all undefendable. So if you guys if Hal does a draw 3 and one of them is an ace, that turns it all undefendable. For these guys, they're each independently attacking you. You can defend as a group. It's a really weird thing where you are fighting the Goblin Thornchucker stat block. You're not fighting each of them independently. As a means of keeping them cohesive as a unit and giving them power, but also making it easier for you to kill all of them instead of having to kill 16 different enemies or however many there happen to be. But yeah, so he gets that one scathing shot, too fast for you to defend as he snuck a bit closer, but it skims by your shoulder. From there, we go to Hal. Hal, there's a bunch of difficult terrain between you and the bully chief.
Yeah, there is. Wait. Wait, no. Would that be 6 movement right there?
Yeah, I think so, because you weren't starting on your own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be 6 because you weren't on
Okay.
your own.
So if my movement is 4, I need to spend. Well, I can't spend 4. I can only spend 1 in agility because I have a maximum of 1, right?
Yeah, you are a very slow character. Having an agility of
Okay.
1 is difficult. That's actually probably something I should put in the character creation rules. I say that having made this character for you, I think. But it should definitely be as a blurb, as yeah, having an agility of 1 is you are being very good min-maxed into attacking or defending or magic at the cost of a very valuable resource. I ridiculed the Power Rangers RPG for not fully explaining how important their agility stat was. So yeah, I should probably make a note of that.
Well, I guess what I will do at that point then is I'm going to spend 1 agility, and that would have me move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Hal, as he's walking up there, he's gonna kind of mumble to himself, "Hold the line." Um, spending 2 potential into willpower and regaining 10 stamina and getting a defense momentum.
Awesome. As you are essentially getting a cure wounds as you walk forward and the ability to defend more for what's to come. I love this.
And then that would be my turn. I reserve 1 potential left.
Cool. With that, we go on to our bully chief. Our bully chief definitely needs to make a big move here. He's done multiple different tactics trying to hurt you. He has failed to do so. And then as he looks around, he looks to the left, he looks to the right. His eyes go wide as he realizes if you're going to be tricksy, he's going to be tricksy. As he is going to move. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. We'll go 3, 4 as he enters difficult terrain. And then he is going to attempt another forceful blow, improving it up to the the draw 4, as he's going to try to throw you into the tree as well. So yeah, this is going to be draw 4. Oh no. Oh
My
no.
goodness.
So this is 39 damage plus push 2. And with the face cards, if I damage your body, I threaten a wound on you.
Well, it's a good thing I have 3 momentum for defense, which would negate 36. Wait, 14 times 3.
42?
42. Yeah.
You know, if we had a champion or something as a character build, I think we would have been done a turn or so sooner. Like from now, it would have been like done last turn, but you guys would have had a lot more damage. I throw out a massive, almost max damage 4-draw attack. And the only damage I get from it is bumping you into the tree. Take
I was just gonna kind of back into stumble back into the tree and take that 4 damage into his stamina.
So you would
And
be
then
there and into the tree for 4 damage. As, dude, what is that like?
Hal slams back into the tree and just kind of stands and shrugs and looks at the guy and says, "That all you got?"
I was supposed to take a leg with that attack. You owe me a leg. And we're not currently doing a skirmish with them, but I'll let you know one of his skirmish powers is called Pay Me Arm and a Leg. You owe him a leg. Yeah, he's got one more square he can move. So he'll move there, but that's all he's got. With that, that's the end of the
Well,
round.
would that be difficult terrain for him leaving it? Or
No,
is it just
it's only
moving
entering
into?
into the
Okay.
difficult terrain. Yeah, leaving is fine. Yeah, so that's the end of the round. You guys get your momentums as Hal is finally close enough to be able to get in for another attack on him, and we'll see how that goes. But before that, Muss, it's your go after you get your potential and momentum.
I have done that. We are going to. Yeah, I'll spend 3 potential again. Oh, to my capacity in Arcana. I will bolt at the lower right Thorn Chucker again.
Okay.
Goodness.
That is going to be 6 damage.
Uh-huh.
You will incinerate that one.
Cool. And then I have cannot get that guy in anyway. So yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, cool.
Actually, you know what? I will agility. I will take a couple steps.
Yeah, begin moving in.
I will have a speed of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
Cool. And then none of that you just spent was momentum, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Well, as you step forward.
Did you get the 3 doom from my momentum spend on the defense?
Oh, no,
In
I did
fairness,
not.
I don't
Yeah,
think
good
you
call out.
gained it.
I just overgained too much. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you for the call out. If you were playing in person, you could have like little tokens to gather, at which when you spend it, you throw it into the center of the table, like, you know, poker throwing into the pot, so you can see the doom growing. So there's a physical aspect to some of the design of this game that we don't get online, but that's okay. Yeah, the thorn chucker, the one remaining, is just going to take a lined up shot on Mus with its pin cushion as it tries to pin you down. It tries to get this Barbie tangle all over you. But that's just a 3 to hit. Oh, that's a club, and he has a boon from being higher up. I get to draw again. That's another club.
Oh,
I get to draw again. Okay, that is instead their face cards only do 5. So that is 11 incoming damage and halted 1 Mus.
Okay. Is the height advantage boon, or is it draw 1?
Oh, that's a tactical. I've been running this wrong the entire time. They should just be getting +1 draw. Guys, they should have been doing a lot more damage.
A lot more
They
damage?
should,
Oh, you mean just base damage, not waiting for the clubs.
yeah, like the ones that were up high, they should have just been, yeah, tactic. Boons are not tactical bonuses. They are different.
Well, I'll take that 3 as a recompense, that 3rd card.
You know what? Yeah, it's been a mess. Guys, we're learning the game I'm writing. I should know it better. But yeah, so that's 11 damage and halted 1.
Uh, I will take all of that.
Okay. Yes, I would take that 3 as a recompense, knowing that we're almost done and I'm still in my stamina, so it's all going to come back anyways. Aren't I such a good fellow?
It was just because it was the card that was already on the table.
Yeah, no, dude, it makes go. Yeah, I'm totally there for it. It's just I'm looking at the overall logic, and it's like, yeah, no, this totally plays out well, very well for you. But yeah, so you get hit by this pincushion attack as the barbed tangles of this, essentially as they're shooting miniature, briar patches at you, snag into your wizardly robes, pin into the ground, as you've just got all of this like torn fabric holding you back. And then we go to Hal.
um, so one question. I had one potential left at the end of the last round. Is that just it's
That's just
gone
gone. Yeah.
after a round? Okay.
Yeah, that is
Wanted to make sure.
untapped potential, like high school.
Okay. Feels like high school. All right. So we're gonna do 1 agility. And I'm gonna come back up to the goblin bully and say, let's see how you like it again. Tricksy and forceful blows him.
As
So
you go to throw him into the boulder. Oh no.
and push him too.
Okay. Yeah. We will throw him into the boulder. Because my one sniper is kind of weird, we'll make sure that he is clearly inside the square he's in. So there's a 1 square gap between where they are. And so that is 12 damage, and then another 4 from being thrown into the boulder. So that is going to be 16 incoming damage. As he's not looking good. He's pretty roughed up.
And then I still have 1 potential left. I think, do I still have movement? Because I only moved 2.
Yeah, you've got another 2 squares that you can move throughout your turn.
So I'm gonna step up to him again. After I push him, and then I'm gonna end my turn. Well, can I take potential and move it to momentum, or
Yeah, so there is a action which is converting, where you can just spend it into a category where you still have space, and that converts it into momentum. So if you've already maxed out your martial, you can't convert into martial momentum. But if you have someplace else that you have free space, you could definitely convert it. So that is essentially the readied action of the game. You don't interrupt people with a readied action. You are just preparing this turn to make next turn even better.
um, well, then I'm just gonna put that potential into momentum of defense.
Yeah, if you got space for it, I'm definitely going to make
Yeah.
you use it.
Yep. Just in case. Well, maybe not, because it is his turn next, right?
It is his turn next.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it as potential then,
Okay.
because I don't want to give you two doom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also a thing. However, if you
Okay.
hesitate, you've seen last time that you lost one because you hesitated and you just held back a little bit. So it goes either way. But in this case, I'm probably going to make you use it as we go on to the bully chief. And the bully chief does not have original ideas. He just doesn't. And so you throw him into the tree, he throws you into the tree. You throw him into the boulder, and he just like, oh, that's the game we're playing? Okay. He's going to jump on you, like slam into your face, crawl across you, jump down the other side. Mechanically, he's spending an agility to go above you and around you. So he has spent 2 squares of his movement to get around. He is then going to we're going to do upper gut again, where he throws his weight trying to knock you back. And so I need a basic brawn test from you.
Okay. That is an 11.
That is an 11. That is no effect. He throws his weight into you. It does nothing again. He is livid. He is angry. He just picks up the cleaver and starts slamming it again and again and again into your shield. He's going to do a forceful blow. He is going to spend the rest of his potential into this. So it's going to be a draw 4. And he's also going to spend another doom to use low leverage. When the bully chief pushes a target, double the push value before accounting for size. In this case, size doesn't matter for his pick on someone your size. But yeah, so that 1 doom takes it from a push 2 to a push 4. So he's trying to break through. He's doing anything he can to break through. And this is going to be 29. This is going to be 33 damage. If he hits your body, he's going to threaten a wound, and he's going to shove you 4.
So I'm definitely going to be using 2 to block. So I have potential and momentum for defense.
Okay.
Um, and then that's 28 negated.
Okay, so 28
So instead
negated.
of 33, it'd be 5.
Yeah, that's 5 damage
Okay.
to your stamina.
Okay.
And then the push 4 is going to push you 1, slam you into the boulder for another 12 damage.
So that damage doesn't count for his low attack, right?
For his limb hewer, correct. That does not count. That's just
Okay.
going. That's yeah.
Right.
That's after the fact.
So another 12 is taking my stamina out, and then that's going to put me at 24. So it did damage my body.
What happens when I damage your body?
So when you damage my body, I can move up to my speed and I can pass through enemy squares, but must end in an empty space. For every square I pass through, deal 5 undefendable damage. The physical damage to the occupying, yeah, so 5 undefendable damage to the occupying. So if I move, I can move up to 4, which would be through him, or no?
It could be. Unfortunately, I think it's half your speed on Dreadnought. So 4 gets cut down to 2. So unfortunately,
Yeah, up to half your speed.
yeah, you can't
So,
get to him and to an unoccupied space.
right. Yeah. Okay.
But you at least get 2 shifting squares out of this if you want to reposition. 2 squares. You cannot shift through difficult terrain. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So as he slams you backwards, you reel forward, moving kind of rebounding like a WWE wrestler off of the rope. He spent all of his potential. He spent a couple doom. He still has 3 more squares of movement at his disposal. So he's going to move 1, 2, and then he's going to start climbing the rock for 3. And that is going to be his turn. That is the end of the round. We go to the top. He is almost taken care of. There's just him and a single thorn chucker left. Y'all get your potential back. Muss, you get Arcana momentum. Hal, you get a defense momentum. And it's Muss's turn. Muss, you are halted 1. So until you overcome the 1 point of halted, you are unable to move on the battlefield.
Okay. I will do this. I will spend that 1 willpower. I will spend 2 agility. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that's going up around the difficult terrain.
Yes.
Okay. So you
That's 7 out of 10 squares of available movement.
cool. So you got 3 more.
Uh-huh. And then I will do 1 potential and 2 momentum. Blast wave in front of me with 1 improvement.
Okay, I'm up to 5 doom, but you're gonna do a big blast wave.
That's 3 plus the improvement is 2, so it's 5 fire
Okay.
damage.
Well, that 5 is going to kill the final thorn chucker. And then the bully chief, he has no one to die for him. So he's just has actually he has an armor rating of 6. Yeah. He is going to grab his companion, pull them over, and that's just representative of him defending 6 from the 5. So we will get rid of a doom as he uses the body to cushion the blast.
Cool. And then that's all of my potential. The reactions. Look at the reactions. Opportunity attack. 1 martial. When a target your make an undefendable strike. What is the definition of a strike?
A strike.
Weapon damage.
It is
draw 1.
yeah, it's draw 1 weapon damage, and if you are not holding a weapon, so if you're just kicking, punching, all that, aces and face cards count as zeros. So there's in works the path of fist and heel or something, which allows you to fight unarmed and not have that deficit. But for everyone else, it just makes non-numerical cards zeros, so you can't get the crits and you can't get the special techniques.
But an average Joe can punch for 9?
Yeah, an average Joe can punch for 9.
Wow.
Now I say that average Joe hero. All of my monster stat blocks, and you could have peasant stat blocks and stuff. They have like a melee strike, and for like the thorn chuckers melee strike is 1. It's just a flat 1. And so,
okay.
yeah, like
because they can swarm you.
For a hero, you could punch for 9. For non-heroes, for monster stat blocks, they're probably only punching for 1, 2, or 3.
I'm gonna back up. Use the last 3 squares of my movement.
Okay. So after making the big deal about an average Joe can only punch for 9, I will spend the doom to make an opportunity attack from the bully chief.
Huh?
And his melee strike is draw 2. I should call out if you want to change what you're doing, but the bully chief is an elite.
I figured that was going to happen. Yeah, I was under the impression that was not going to be a cheap, like a weak shot.
Okay, cool. As long as it's an informed choice.
Oh my gosh!
How does 20 undefendable sound?
Real bad. I got whacked in the back of the noggin so hard.
Yeah, so that's 20 undefendable. And because it's face cards, his limb hewer comes into effect. Am I damaging your
Jeez.
body?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is threatening a wound. When it threatens a wound, I'm going to draw from my deck. If I draw a heart, you are wounded. That is not a heart, so you have escaped without having your leg severely damaged or mangled, as he has attempted to take off your leg at the hip, but your magic ward has prevented that from happening despite the amount of blood that is visible now.
So I was prepared for the draw cards. I forgot about the undefendable part.
Yeah. So that makes
All right.
shifting really important. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, it also makes it worth my while to spend Doom on the big guys to make attacks of opportunity. Okay. Mus, how you doing?
Crying a little bit.
So I appreciate your willingness to go with it and understanding. I also appreciate the fact that you have very clearly shown how good of a job Hal has been doing taking this damage, as
Uh-huh.
you were almost killed by running up and running away.
Yeah,
So,
he's epitome tank over there, and I'm glass cannon over here.
uh-huh.
Like it's very archetypal characters.
Yeah. This would be, yeah. What I said earlier about if you guys had like a champion or something that's about doing damage and not a little damage and a lot of defending, these guys would have gone down a lot faster as well. But for now, how do you think you can finish the combat this round before the bully chief gets another turn?
Oh, well, I can try. Um, let's see. What can I do with some stuff here? Um, I only have four potentials, so you know, if only I had more willpower, I could help out. But what I'm going to do is use an agility, um, potential, and move. So one, two. Um, I still got two left, right? And
Yeah.
then obviously two into Marshall. And as I move up there, I'm going to say, well, that wasn't very nice. And I'm going to hit the goblin with bully with forceful blows and my hammer. Uh, oh, unfortunate. Way better. So that's going to be, and that does a face card. Uh, and I gain one defense momentum out of that, I guess.
Yep, from your sword and
Neat.
board fighting style. So that's going to be
Yeah.
13 damage. I'm going to spend one doom to reduce that 13 down by 6. So that's only going to be 7 damage as he takes the blow, and then he is going to be flung back 2 squares. Which direction would you like to throw him?
And sort of done a side swipe at him and throw him that way into difficult terrain.
Yeah, you can get him a bit into difficult terrain. Every square has to be further from you, so you couldn't go directly north on
Oh,
the map, but you could
yeah.
definitely get him into difficult terrain.
Um, yeah, that would just make it so that he's
It's harder
out
for
of
him
my,
to attack
harder
and
for
get
him to do
away.
stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Um, and then I am going to, at this point, convert the. Nope. I was going to convert the potential to willpower, but I think I'm going to leave it as it is, just because he hits me. I can use 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're going to need to.
Yeah.
My turn?
It is your turn now.
Okay. He thrown off the boulder, snagging through the undergrowth, kind of picks up, begins swinging almost with those like little just like L-shaped weed whackers, trying to get through the underbrush to get to you. So that's going to cost 2 squares of his movement as he begins to move up on you. And then he's going to use his other 3 potential as he is once more going to go for that tree trunk chop. Previously he's been trying to bump you into stuff to damage you because he couldn't get through earlier, but now he's desperate, and this is all or nothing. So this is going to be a an improved tree trunk chop, and with this is going to be draw 3 slashing, but it's going to be guard break 2. So you have attacks of 2 defense before you're allowed to defend.
Well, good.
So that is going to be 26 incoming damage, and you have to spend 2 defense before you're allowed to defend.
Well, I have 2 momentum in defense, and my potential left, so that's 3. And it would take 14 off of that. How much was it? 26, so 12.
Okay, you take 12.
Yeah.
With that, because he got a face card, we've got the limb hewer as he attempts to take off a limb. This threatens a wound. If I get a heart, you are wounded. And that is not a heart. So an 8 of diamonds from my deck is gone as you live to see another day with all your limbs. He has come in heavy, hard, swinging wildly with that guard break of 2, which is a very rare thing in this game. That's heinous to do to someone. Guard break 2. Like that's supposed to be a guaranteed. You're just not going to defend. And you still got rid of half that damage. What does that moment look like as he mows through the underbrush to try and do this to you?
Well, Hal's going to be using his shield a little bit, and then obviously take some damage out of that. He's going to spit out a little bit of blood and look at him and say, I can do this all day.
Thanks, Cap. He's got another 3 squares of movement. He is going to... He's seen you defend your companion. So he's going to finish up by going here to try and keep the 2 of you separated. Once again, a tactic that in the long run is going to get him killed, but it makes sense for now. That is the end of the round. We hit the top of the round. You get your potential back. You get your momentum, arcana, and defense appropriately. As we move on to Muss. Muss, what is going on as you are watching this heaving blows back and forth and having experienced what it's like to not be so good at taking the blows?
We are just trying to line up another shot, really. I know it's getting dire. I have a rules question.
Yeah.
When you take stress, I cannot spend stress right now because I don't have any stamina.
You can. It stress lowers your maximum stamina. And so even with no stamina right now, you could take stress and it'll just lower your maximum. And
Okay.
then from there, taking more stress will start to hurt you physically.
Oh, understood. Like max health or body points?
Max body, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Right.
After max stamina, it goes into max body. And at any point, if your current is more than your max, that also goes down. So you could be at max body, take enough stress to start lowering that, and it'll lower your current as well.
Okay. Well, we are going to lining up the wand real well because I don't want to zap the guy behind him in metal armor. It looks like my blast wave versus my explosion, the damage is identical.
Correct.
Except
the explosion is farther from your body in a 2x2 box, where the blast wave is next to you in a 3x3 box.
All right.
Something we did miss on the blast wave earlier is it says it provokes, which means that that is the key word for making an attack of opportunity happen. So when you did that surrounded by a bunch of people, I could have dumped doom to just stab you a bunch.
Is that would have been 1 per, or would have been 1 for the stat block?
It would have been 1 per attacking individual. So
Understood.
it would not have been good for my doom usage, but I could have stabbed you a bunch. So
Alright, so
provokes is a good tag.
uh I'm just gonna go for the big draw. Let's do a arcane bolt. Um, I'm going to do 1 momentum and 4 potential.
Are you going
Oh, nope,
to
I cannot.
overcharge?
Uh, I don't know if I cannot spend 4 potential into Arcana.
Because you have a max of 3.
But I can still spend the 1 momentum.
Yeah.
That's 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the overcharged exertion, and I will add an improvement on there for 5 stress.
Okay. So that
So
should be
that'll
draw
be
4.
4. 2, 3, 4. Well, it's 22, it looks like.
Okay.
Uh, with an ongoing 3 fire damage.
Oh crap. Okay. So, so 22, he can defend. He is going to defend. He is going to try to get out of the way. He's going to spend 2 doom to defend to lower that by 12. So he only takes 10. Oh wait, no, that still gets him killed. He cannot survive. He just cannot survive. I do not spend that doom.
How much doom did you just spend or try to spend?
Yeah, my numbers did not. There we go. I do this thing where I hit plus to try to add like, oh, +2 back, and then I just do the math in my head and click that number. It's bad. I like physical tokens. Yeah. So, what would you like to do for this kill?
I have to line up really well. I put just enough juice on it that the lightning kind of burns right to the back of his head and then stops, but doesn't hit Hal.
I mean, it is just the right amount of juice because had you drawn 1 less card, he would have been able to defend. So that
Cool,
was the
cool, cool.
perfect amount of juice. So as he drops to the ground, burning a husk of a goblin, you lot have dealt with this goblin ambush, but it came with quite a lot of wear and tear on your bodies. This is not the bulk of the goblin encampments that have been raiding the area around River's Mark, but you did just take out a good chunk of them. It's your choice how you wish to proceed.
Well, we were doing pretty good right up to the end of that.
And got a big blade, big, heavy, sharp blade.
um, I mean, how far are we from the town? Can we go back and get a little bit of healing up and then go out and get the rest of them?
Yeah, you could definitely head to the village of Riversmark and to do a little bit of healing up. That'll put us into a respite scene. So as we head into a respite scene, you lot have devastated a number of these goblins. You do have some time to get rest up. However, you won't want to spend too much time, seeing as eventually other goblin hunters and scouts may find what you've done and then attack the village in retribution. So rest up a little bit, but not too much. As we go into a respite scene, this is done in rounds. Each of you gets to decide what sort of activity you want to be doing during this time, and then after everybody decides, I find out whether or not the respite scene is interrupted by those goblin scouts or other such dangers that might be around. And if you're not interrupted, you finish off whatever those activities are. Um, the idea that you can be interrupted, similar to the hobbits on Weathertop making their breakfast, their late night snack, and then the Nazgul come and all that food is wasted, that sort of thing. So typically, you should have about 2 rounds in most situations, sometimes maybe only one, sometimes 3 or 4. It is possible to be in an unsafe area and immediately be interrupted. So it's your choice how much time you think you have, but around 2 is typically safe. You can usually get away with 1 if you're not actively being pursued. In this case, you took out all the goblins. There's no runners immediately going to get aid. So you should at least be able to get 1 in, possibly 2 rounds if you wish. So the core things you can do during a respite scene, there is scouting, that is going out looking for danger and knowing what's coming. You could help prevent bad stuff, or you could lead it back to you. Guard duty helps take note of when bad stuff is about to happen. That way, if you need someone else to get a respite scene in, but you don't really need stuff, you can be on guard to try to prevent bad things from happening, allowing them to finish. A hot meal is a way of reducing stress or getting other such bonuses. And then treating wounds is a way to deal with body damage, as well as possibly, actual wounds as the wound category. So you lot do have some equipment on your sheet that might aid you in these activities. What are you lot interested in partaking in?
Well, I have some healer supplies, so um, it would definitely behoove us to heal.
Okay.
Les, how is your healing?
My medicine is 0.
Mm, okay.
I have the surgeon supplies. Do the healer supplies do body and the surgeon supplies do wounds?
Correct. Yes. Healer supplies are for treating general body points, and then surgeon supplies are for like when you need to do stuff with bones and arteries and s- skin graft seems a bit graphic and unlikely, but yeah, that sort of a larger stuff is surgeon supplies.
And so right now, neither of us have any wounds. So all we would need to do is heal with the healer supplies that I have.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you have any
how
rations?
much? I do have rations if we need to. Um, if you incurred some stress. Um,
How many times can you use your healer supplies?
I have 3 of 3 uses.
So if you lot went through 2 rounds of two rounds of respite, you would be able to 1 round do the healer supplies on one of you, and the next round do it on the other.
Hmm. How much? So because the healer supplies for the respite scene says um, you treat wounds as a respite activity, but it doesn't say anything about like just treating the body.
Yeah, so if you look at the actual item that you're using, it'll say victory 10 times item grade body healed. So
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah, so they give more specifics on the items you're using. Same thing with rations. You have basic rations that are just, food and nourishment, and there's others that could give like there's chill churn gel, which is essentially magic ice cream that gives you fire resistance when you use it, and that's using the hot meal to like use a ration type thing.
If we
Okay.
cook food, anybody can cook food if we have food.
Correct. If someone has food, anyone can use up theirs, say, hey, here, cook this, and someone else can spend their respite cooking it up.
And the food benefits one person or multiple people.
The food can be spread about the party. You can only gain the effects of a single ration during a respite, but if you have more than enough use, so for instance, the travel rations during a respite scene, use the hot meal respite activity to gain X points of stress recovery. You may divide these points between yourself and other heroes. So
Understood.
you make it and then you can share it all around. And so everyone can get a little bit of that ration, but that's the only ration they'd be taking part in.
Well, I don't need any stress relief, so you can cook for the first round, and then I can heal myself, and
Okay.
then on the second round I can heal you, and you could guard, like be alert, right? Would that work?
That sounds good to me. How does that work for the being the recipient of the healer and being on guard duty?
Yeah, that's fine. We just track who is doing what activity, and then
Mhm.
we don't really worry about, hey, how are you fixing the car engine while someone's tending to your leg? Like that's one level of detail too far to bog things down. So it's just, what are you doing? And then who are you doing it to? Or what armor are you fixing or whatnot? So you guys could totally do a hot meal and treat wounds, and then next time do guard duty and treat wounds. So as you guys lock in the first round, you guys are not interrupted. So for the hot meal activity, go ahead, and this is going to be a basic craft chef test. So for you, it's just really going to be drawing one card and seeing if it's a victory, progress, or defeat. 10 plus being the victory, 6 to 9 being the progress, and 5 below being defeat.
And craft does not have the deficit of not having the specifics.
Correct.
I got a 3.
A 3. So you're going to gain 2 stress recovery, as turns out you are not a good chef. So you heal back 2 stress, and that's fine enough. From there, we have our treating of wounds, as how you are treating wounds upon yourself. Do you have a bonus to medicine?
2. So that's
2.
a 10.
That is a victory. And so you may heal up to 10 points of body on yourself that is damaged. And so with that 10 body healing, as a reminder, out of combat, all your stamina comes back. So you are good there. As we finish that up, that is the end of the first round. If there's any private scenes you wish to have role playing, you may easily do so. And when you're ready, we can move on to the next round, which is going to be guard duty and treating wounds, as Hal treats Muss's wounds. With no scenes wished to be taken part of, you lot go into the round 2 of this respite scene as you succeed. You continue on. Please, guard duty, make a basic notice.
9.
A 9. That is progress. The respite timer was not at 0, and no one was out scouting and bringing people back. So you are going to decrease my doom stockpile by 1. I had 5 doom left over from the last combat, which I could take into the next one. But as you take guard duty, as you are on guard for anything bad happening, and then you are also speaking with some of the locals about what they've experienced, you start to get a better idea of what tricks the goblins might be pulling to use against you. You get an idea of where their camp is and what preparations they may have for attacks. So that is all represented by the fact that I have less doom to start off with than I otherwise would have had.
Good job, Mus. Have some
Cool.
healing. Oh no!
So-
Don't have any healing.
What happened?
That's a 3.
A 3. Turns out this wound might be more deleterious than otherwise noted.
Pro tip: next time, don't walk away from the guy.
So this is actually going to threaten a wound as you start looking at them, and it might be infected. There might have been barbs in there, so we'll see if there's anything awful about that wound. There was. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. So I gotta pull up my wounds. Give me a moment, as we have to figure out what wound is going on with that hip injury that you took. Okay, so as you get a better look at this situation, um, you try to treat the leg. You try to treat the hip. You try to get things cleared out, and as you do so, something that had been like due to like the weird pinched position of where how you had been holding your leg had temporarily stopped up that section of blood flow, but now it begins to flow freely. You quickly try to clot it. You try to get this thing taken care of. You tightly begin to stitch it. You tightly bandage the area, and you are going to have a damaged leg. Your agility capacity is going to be reduced by 1 for the remainder of the adventure.
Cool, cool.
So you lot have made it through 2 respite scenes. You've gotten a little bit back in stress. You've gotten a little bit back of treating Hal's wounds, but in doing a bit deeper cleaning and trying to treat with stuff, you realize that things were far worse, and that as the adrenaline comes down, that things are a bit worse for Mus, where you are less mobile than you previously were, now that the swelling and the pain is starting to act up, and the way you had to be bandaged is inhibiting your movement.
And just to clarify, I did not gain anybody.
You did not gain any body.
Okay. So for the respite timer, we do not know what that is.
You do not know what that is. You have
Okay.
confirmed that with your guard duty that this last round it was not at 0, but it goes down at the end of the round we just did, so it could be at 0 now, and that's when you get interrupted. It could be at 1. You are uncertain. So you guys could try again, but at this point, there's not much left for you to do since no one else
Mhm.
has to get back stress. You have both attempted to heal body with the treating of wounds, so you're pretty much set there unless there was other
Mhm.
activities you had, which there isn't. I haven't written them yet for all of the
Mhm.
armor stuff.
Mhm.
So
Alrighty.
yeah,
Uh,
And we can't do like I wouldn't be able to now use surgeon supplies on him because what
it
we
requires
found
the
out
same
was that.
activity.
it requires
Yeah.
the same activity. So a character may only benefit from the treating wounds once per respite, and so they're the same thing.
Gotcha.
And that's probably something that I wrote, wanting people not to take infinite respites. And after I developed out the respite timer, maybe that should just go away. Where like, hey, if you want to continue to try and do stuff, the timer becomes the limit instead of, oh, you can only do this once. So that's actually probably something I should change. And in fact, if you guys want to try and hang around for another, you can, but it's up to you, because that is something I should change.
I'm gonna leave that up to Mus. If he wants to, we can.
This. Oh, that has to be used at the beginning of respite scene.
What does?
Uh, my camouflaged shelter.
uh, and you're also
Um,
in the Fangtalon Forest, which is a temperate forest, and your shelter is not designed to be camouflaged in the forest.
yep.
It's meant
It,
for
I have.
mountains, tundra, and grasslands.
Cool. Cool.
Um,
All right. Yeah,
yeah.
I think we're done then.
Cool, cool. And yeah, so there's different shelters you can get, talking to the camera, different shelters you can get, and they're for different types of terrain. So like you can prepare to go into the desert, you can prepare to go into different adventure locations. And well, the equipment is variable, so like you're not stuck with always buying new stuff. There are things that are better in certain conditions. But yeah, you lot find that this is a good time to stop your respite scene, which is good because now we were at 0. So unless someone did a really good guard duty or stuff, you guys would have been interrupted. So you lot have information on the direction of the goblin camp, and you can easily begin to make your way out in that direction. As you lot make your way out looking for the goblin camp, this is going to need to be a wilderness test. And if you have the terrain of temperate forests, it is better for you to take the lead. If neither of you had it, you're in a bad situation.
Well, I do have temperate forest, so
Okay.
I will
So
take the lead.
go ahead and take the lead and go ahead and make a wilderness test as you are attempting to find and sneak up upon the goblin camp.
Um, so real quick, because we had changed the values of everything, is wilderness based off of willpower?
Wilderness is based off of nothing. So we are outside
Okay,
of combat, so we don't worry about the capacities. You are just
but
doing the
I meant the
wilderness.
rank,
The rank
like
is
the actual
independent.
rank.
Yeah, the
Okay,
your skills, brawn, endurance, intimidate, all those have nothing to do with your capacities. So unlike something like D&D where like athletics is strength, like no, it's just how good are you at this type of skill. So
okay,
wilderness
and you
of
get a
2.
certain amount of
Yeah, you
skills that you can train at the beginning of your thing. Got it.
yeah, when you're making your character, there's a bunch of train 3 skills, train 3 skill ranks, train 3 skill ranks, you just get this array based off of your background and career and all this stuff.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I will just do a basic wilderness check. And since I have temperate forest, um,
That is just a straight
just a straight
test.
check.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't have to worry about a greater
7.
bane for not knowing the forest.
I have a +2, so that'd be 7.
7, okay. That's good. That takes you from defeat into progress. And so you are going to be finding your way towards this goblin camp, and you're going to get there without anything getting in the way, but you're also not going to find anything fun along the way. So there's a couple plants and stuff that you might have been able to find on that journey, but in this case, you are just going to be making your way to finding the clearing of the goblin camp. Before we get to that fully, I do want to call out a feature you have. In case you forgot about it, you do have a feature for being a human called Death Can Wait. The first time each session you are threatened with a wound that would kill you, ignore the draw. So we are a long way away from that, but there's a maximum number of wounds you can take before the wound just kills you. Think of the number of arrows Boromir could take before he died. And so if you happen to start stacking up wounds, you get to ignore the first one that would have killed you. Okay, so as you have made your way to the goblin camp, you are not where you currently are on the map. You are simply approaching. However, as you are approaching, you do note that the goblin camp is surrounded by the spiked palisade walls, and then there are 2 towers, one inside the camp and one outside the camp, that are raised up. They're 20 feet high, so 4 squares high. And you see that each of them have some more goblin thorn checkers up in them. We are not in a battle scene yet, so it is up to you too how you wish to approach the camp. You may wish to try to sneak into the camp. You may wish to try to eliminate some of the goblin thorn chuckers before they could possibly attack you. So there's different things you could choose to do to take control of the situation. From inside the walls, you hear quite a bit of rabble rousing. You hear goblins having athletic competition fun, as well as you hear the chanting of their curse caller. While you may have taken care of the bully chief, you still have their shaman, their curse caller, at the camp itself, kind of rised up a little bit higher upon this small mound. So, how do you lot want to proceed, seeing this camp up ahead?
Well, Mus, if you want to maybe try to take some out from outside in those towers, the ones outside of the walls,
We
that
could.
might be a better.
We could, yeah. Maybe get 1 or 2 of them. The goblins might come sprinting out, but that kind of gives you maybe our combined strengths might, if they come outside of the fortress, might be
Yeah,
beneficial. So I could pot shot a couple of them.
so if we were
That's I only
kind
have a
of
range of
in this area right here, coming up to the camp there.
Yeah, you
Um,
could circle around and come in from a different direction.
then if they wanted to come out, they'd all have to come out of this little thing over here, right? That door.
Possibly.
Or they'd come running along here and jump down at us. That could happen too. Is this wall solid right here?
No, those are some very larger spikes, and there is some gaps where you could attempt to sneak in from that direction.
Okay. What is sneaking based off of? Stealth?
It is based off of stealth, yes.
Well, I have 1 in that, so I don't know what you have, Mus, but I don't know how good we'd be at sneaking in.
I got 0.
Yeah. Sneaky, probably not the way to go. We're more of a loud wrecking crew, right?
Well, if you want to try and
Definitely.
bulldoze and just charge forward and like battering ram in through the front gate, that is also something you could attempt to do.
I mean, I do have 2 brawn. um, yeah, those are my thoughts. So we could try to bulldoze in, or we could come up from the back and try to take out those guys first. Any other ideas?
Well, I'd be only doing like for that. I've got a range of 10. They're already 4 squares up, so I'd have to be relatively close
Yeah.
for that, and they'd be shooting multiple arrows down at us. And if you were putting all of your effort into blocking arrows while I was firing back, they're outgunning us already a little bit. But if we can get 1 or 2, like a good lucky shot, then we have to run around the outside to get down to the door into a defensible position or gain entry if we need to.
Yeah.
And keep
I
in
mean,
mind,
I think the
we
are
did the
there.
height wrong last time, so archers and towers are going to be much worse.
Yeah, they're just gonna draw an extra one.
Mhm.
Um, a little um, game question on this: If are they the same? Like the thorn chuckers are the same
Yes,
as
yeah.
they were in the
So
last one.
yeah, the thorn chuckers and the
Yeah.
goblin shivers are going to be the same. So they
So
are kind of the core beat. Here's a bunch of goblins. So the types of things they can do are going to be the same. The curse caller, however, will be a unique experience.
so if Musk can get a good fireball shot on one of the ones in here, it could possibly take both of them out. Um,
So if we are attempting to fight outside of a full initial battle, we would actually go into skirmish rules.
oh,
So based off of your lot's current power level and how powerful these goblin minions are, a good shot, a good round of skirmish could take both of them out. Could take one of them out, could take 0 of them out. Depending on whether they get a victory, progress, or defeat on the skirmish action.
so trying to attack from outside would just do the skirmish prior to going into camp.
Yeah, and so depending
Okay.
on it, yeah, you might get 1 or 2 rounds of skirmish to like defeat some of them before we go into the full battle. In general, I would I would end up rearranging a lot of stuff in the transition between skirmish and battle. So like we would not be counting squares of the goblins running out the front door in a round up to you. We would skirmish for 2 rounds, and by the end of the 2 rounds of skirmish, the others will have realized something's going on, mobilize and move into position. That way we're not playing through 3 or 4 rounds of chess moving just to get to someplace we can fight.
Makes sense. I don't know. What do you want to do, Mus?
um, I don't know if I want to do a skirmish.
The
I don't
skirmish
know
will
what
not be
died
like
in the
last
last
time.
skirmish.
The skirmish will not be against an elite that you're not supposed to ever skirmish. That was a mistake on my end. Watch the Patreon one that we did not post publicly. It went bad at the end.
Yeah, but we learned.
We did learn.
Um, we could try the skirmish to shift into battle.
So we're going to do a skirmish a little bit to start off with this. We're going to try to take out some enemies before all of the camp is aware of the situation. So you lot approaching this goblin camp, maybe from the north, maybe not. What is your plan? How do you want to try to do this?
I think if we are up over here, and if Musk came up there, yep. I could be there with him just in case, I need to deflect some arrows or something. And Musk can start blasting.
Okay. And Mus, you are just going to start throwing fire bolts up into the tower.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, we will go into a skirmish round. You lot will have the surprise. Actually, will you have the surprise? They're in a watchtower. They're watching. I would like both of you. I would like both of you to make a stealth test, and this will determine whether you lot guarantee get to go first, or if there's a chance they get to go first. So this is a single card plus your stealth.
That's an 11 from me.
I got an ace.
An ace. Without much more of a bonus, you're definitely not getting up to progress. So that is a victory. That is a defeat. That is neutral. So you lot we're going to balance those out. You lot are going to get to go first, but they are definitely going to get to respond. Everyone is going to be aware, which makes sense considering you are throwing bolts of fire into the air and they will be screaming as they burn to death. This isn't like disintegrate. So you lot are definitely starting things off, but then they are going to get some responses in as well. So we will start off the skirmish round. Everyone gets to generally do something. It could be, hey, I want to try to break this apparatus. I want to try to kill enemies. I want to try, any of these big things. We are building out some more of the options of skirmish scenes, but it's just a big moment. We're not tracking singular attacks. So I take it, Mus, you want to you're probably going to make a slay test to try to take out some of the enemies for this round of your skirmish. Is that correct?
Correct.
Cool,
I don't
cool.
really have many options anyway.
Yeah. So a slay test is just a single card plus your core capacity. So for both of you, it's going to be +3s. So go ahead and make a draw +3 to see how many individuals you can kill.
Got a 7.
A 7. That is progress. That is worth 1 kill for you. Do you want to kill the one on the right or the left?
Right.
Okay. As the bolts start to go up and this thing screams in death, Hal, what are you doing during this skirmish round?
Let's see. If I look at my skirmish scenes thing, the only thing I have is slay or knockout blow, right? So I can't really do much.
Those are the core
Um,
mechanics of a skirmish scene. You could
yeah,
try and do other things. Like you could say, I want to bull rush the supports of the tower and try and knock
that
things
was
out and cause things to fall. It doesn't give a
that was going to be
guaranteed
my
effect.
question.
Yeah. So if you want to try that, move up to the side of the tower and make a brawn test as you are going to attempt to alter the environment in some way.
That's going to be a 9.
That's going to be a 9. With that, as you bash in, there's going to be this shaking and shifting. That tower is going to begin to crumble on one side and lean, falling down. It is not going to kill the goblin in it. He manages to hold on. The tower doesn't fully collapse, but it's now partially down, which is going to make it easier for you lot to possibly climb up into the tower and begin to push in from the top. Just as a reminder that has happened, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of an arc. Yeah. So we have a partially collapsed tower that'll be easier for you lot to climb up into to try to get over the wall from this side. And as both of you are doing this, that goblin ratcheting back and forth in the area, screaming as he does so. That goblin is going to use one of his skirmish abilities, and that's just going to be sniper no sniping. Sniper no sniping, inflict 1 pure piercing or 1 stress to a hero. So I think I'm going to inflict 1 pure piercing to Mus. Pure piercing means it goes straight through whatever stamina you have and hits your body. This is not something that you can defend from or anything like that. It's just a single point of, Had this been a full combat scene, there could have been a lot more card draws and all this stuff. Narrowing it down to you just take a little bit of body damage as this thing gets a decent sniper shot off on you. As that happens, you take that damage. That is the end of this first skirmish round. And in the next skirmish round, there's going to be more goblins activating. We are approaching the end of the skirmish as everyone else is realizing that something is happening. Some of the other goblin archers are actually coming out of their tower, and they're like in the swooping kind of bridge between that kind of gets lower in the center as they begin to move in your direction, hearing stuff happening. So that is the first skirmish round. We will go into a second skirmish round. Both of you get to act.
Would I be able to move up into the tower at this point to try to do a slay to the one that's in there?
I would say make a stunts. Depending on how well, you may also get a slay in, or it may just be you getting into the tower.
Which one?
A stunts test.
Okay.
Yeah, stunts is like the combined athletics, acrobatics to like not care about strength or dexterity.
I'm not getting it.
Well,
I have +0, so
okay, so that is a defeat.
Yeah.
Oh, we will say that this is you continually breaking down that section to make it so once we fully go into combat, there will be no stunts required as you have broken down enough. But as opposed to climbing up, you're simply tearing it down closer towards you. Everything you've tried to climb, breaking away under your weight. This was built shoddily for goblins. You have done structural damage and you are not a goblin. So it is even more broken down. Let's go ahead and go to Mus. Just going to finish off that slaying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have a single valid target, so progress or victory, you'll only be getting the one.
And
okay. That'll get you the one. That'll get the kill. However, because you got the victory and you couldn't get the double kill in this, I will say we are about to head into a battle scene as you ought to have gotten an alternate means in. You are gaining height superiority and things are heading in that direction. That's enough for both of you to be able to move up into the tower if you so choose. And I'm going to go ahead and add a yellow line. That is as far as you can move down the bridge in this skirmish scene moment as you are finishing breaking down the tower, taking out the goblin in the top, and beginning to move into this environment. So move as far up to that line as you wish.
Mus, do you want me to be your shield, or do you want to go up in front because you have height advantage? I don't have any ranged attacks, so I can't. Height advantage is not going to do much for me.
Yeah, but you'd be able to protect against those two archers for a bit longer. Otherwise, I'd just be standing in the front and taking arrows.
Yeah.
That means I also can't shoot them from my current position, so I'll have to worry about the ground forces as we slowly make our way towards them and then push them off.
Totally an option. So as you push forward, we will go to the villain's side of the skirmish, and the two goblin archers moving down the causeway, seeing you, they stop getting closer and they just start shooting. They just do volley, 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 shot, 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 trying to pin you down. But it's like toddlers with Nerf guns against a police officer with a riot shield. They're just pinking across the outside. So for this sniper, no sniping, they're both going to deal 1 stress to Hal. So you're going to take 2 stress, which is mechanically going to take your maximum stamina from 15 to 13. Is
that just a narrative decision for them?
Yes, the 1 pure piercing versus the stress is a narrative decision on my end of what makes more sense to do.
Understood.
I thought you said Mus, not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You said Hal.
It is Hal. Hal is taking it.
Okay.
Yes, if I said
just
Mus,
making sure.
Yeah, no, I very much apologize. I meant Hal as they're pinking at you and you're just weathering the assault. Thank you for the call out. Confusing you is not my intention. as you start taking those attacks, you see down below there are goblins mud wrestling and arguing back and forth. Others are around, meat drying, kind of slightly rotting, slightly jerkyifying about that section. You see the curse collar at the far end. This is where we will break into a battle scene fully. So I need both of you to make an initiative test. This is going to be one card draw plus agility, and this will determine where you go in the initiative order.
I'm at a -1 on this draw.
Well, your agility is one lower. So because
Okay,
it's one
cool.
lower, it's whatever your new agility is. Oh no.
That's a 1. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's a 3.
Yeah, that is a defeat. 5 and below
Mine's
is a
a
defeat.
4.
So both of you are going on hero phase 3. So this is the first time in a test play that I have had heroes going on the same hero phase in a recorded test play. The way this works is you are both going in the same initiative turn in combat. You may continually intersperse your actions. Okay, I'm going to spend some agility to move half my distance here. Okay, now you move up, you get your attacks with flanking. Okay, now I'm going to continue moving on. You can A-team this. You can an X-Men, to me, my X-Men, Avengers Assemble. You can do all of the superhero combo stuff as you can continue to just bounce back and forth on who's taking actions. And when both of you are done, that's when the hero phase is over. You don't have to all one, all the other. You can intersperse like crazy if you're on the same hero phase. Unfortunately, that also means that a bunch of bad guys get to go before you. So we hit the beginning of the round. We have drawn for initiative. So Hal, you do get that bonus.
Yes.
So
Bonus momentum.
you get your bonus defense momentum for drawing initiative. Nothing is activating at the beginning of the round. So we continue on to villain phase 1, the Thorn Chuckers.
And we both have our 4 potential now.
Yes,
right?
yes. You already have your
Okay.
potential because the round started. As all of this begins, there's going to be a couple Thorn Chuckers that are going to be coming out of some of the tents down below. So both of those Thorn Chuckers, we will move now. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As one comes out of a tent in the south and climbs the tower. Another one from the north, like 11 o'clock tent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, is he close enough to shoot one of you? He is not with the height, so he will just move some more as we get some of them just moving in. However, the 2 that are on the bridge, they don't have to move, and they're going to take aimed shots at Hal. So they're both going to take their pincushion attacks. So that is going to be just draw 2. A joker. Oh no. Hal. When a joker is drawn, I either get a chunk of doom or something horribly narrative happens. And in this case, this shot doesn't go for you. It goes for some of the flimsy planks beneath you. As they're going to shoot, it's going to snag in the planks underneath you of this horribly made bridge. And it just dumps out from beneath you as you are going to fall. For falling, you now have a choice. You may either spend a little bit of your skill. You may spend 1 skill to reduce falling damage, or you may just take the falling damage and be prone.
What is falling? Like, what's the falling damage?
Falling damage is going to be, if you do nothing, it is 4 blunt per square. You are 4 squares up, so that'll be 16 blunt, and you will be prone. Or you may spend 1 skill to try to catch your fall as you drop down, at which point you could reduce it to a maximum of 2 blunt per square fallen, or 2 and prone if you get a progress. So generally, falling is bad news.
I'm definitely going to use 1 potential for the skill.
Okay.
And then I just do a
You make a stunts test.
stunts test.
Yeah.
8. How about that?
8. Fantastic. With no bonus to that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, that's a 10, right?
Oh, with the +2 bonus, that's a 10. So yeah, you are going to land on your feet.
No, I drew a king.
Oh. Why did I think you said an 8?
Yeah, no, I drew a king.
I heard 8 as well.
Oh, I said hey.
Ah.
The king came out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so that is a 10. So you are going to land. Instead of taking 4 per square, you're going to take 2, and you're not going to be prone. So that is going to be 8 points of damage as you down superhero land, having fallen through. And then the other one, as opposed to shooting you, is going to shoot at Mus. So we will make you smaller just to be a reminder that you're not up there. And then the one shooting at Mus is going to be for 2 damage. Mus, you gonna take it?
Yes.
Okay. So all of that whole sniper, no sniping earlier, we just got that trick shot that sent you tumbling down. Whoops. I accidentally deleted. Okay, I'm good. Cool. That's going to be weird to edit. Probably can't edit it because I was talking mid through. Hi, folks. Yeah, so it was sniper, no sniping. Turns out we got the trick shot, dropping you down onto the lower ground, as that is all of our current thorn chuckers. From there, we go on to the shivers, and there are a lot of them. And they are going to begin to surround Hal. This one's going to move in and get to attack. So that's 1 being able to attack. That is 2 being able to attack. That is 3 being able to attack. 4, 5. Okay, so 5 are going to be able to attack you as they run up. Some of them slipping in the mud, some jumping over the ropes, going under the ropes, getting around. The rest just getting in and surrounding. Yeah, so with those 5 shivers being able to attack with their basic strikes, that's just going to be 1 piercing each, so that is 5 incoming damage, Hal.
I'm just going to take that one.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get a couple more shivers that will be coming out of another tent. So they will emerge and begin to move in. So let's stop them there, get them up here. And, you know, I should have learned last time that grouping all of my shivers up isn't a good thing. And then as a reminder that we have a hole, we'll go ahead and put a black box in that square as well. So Mus, you have a hole in front of you. That is all of my goblin shivers. Mus, as you look over and you see the curse collar begins to call out. The curse collar doesn't call out to you, doesn't care about you yet. The curse collar needs her pet. And from the holes on either side, just to the north of that landing and just to the south, you begin to see legs protrude. And a giant spider begins to show itself. As the giant spider begins to emerge, it's spent some of its movement to get up there. And then it's going to spend a little bit more movement to get up and around in front. Finally, we get to Muss and Hal. Hal, you've been dropped through a hole down below and been summarily surrounded by goblins. If you chose to move, you would be able to move out this way, but that would also be a tax of opportunity to do so. It's probably better to thin the herd before you try to move.
I would guess so. Just as a quick question here, this square is like half wall, so the goblin could fit into it, but like I couldn't go in there, or how
Yeah,
does that work?
precisely.
Okay.
As they use
And
the
then
little arched kind of like lean-to rafter, kind of holding up the walls, ducking under, going over, all that sort of stuff.
and then this square right here doesn't have a difficult terrain
That's just an
diamond on it.
object, yeah. So you
Okay.
just can't go through that square. There's some other areas that
Oh,
are
gotcha.
just stuff you
Okay.
can't go through. There's also
Um,
red diamonds here, which if you force people onto the spikes, they also are halted on the spikes and they have to break themselves off
hmm.
the spikes.
This square right here has like the ramp that goes up to the thing.
It has a bone ladder,
Um,
yeah.
okay, so I can move into that square. That's not an issue
So there's two
if they
goblins in
weren't
that
there.
square as well.
But if they weren't there,
But if they weren't there,
is
you
what
could
I'm
go
saying.
in there, yeah. You could push
Okay.
through the bone ladder. It would like rattle to the side like a beaded curtain sort of thing.
Okay. So what I am gonna, Mus, we can work together and you can do stuff too. So I plan on um doing a Hulk smash stuff on the goblins just to the south of me, probably.
Okay.
And then uh I don't know what your plans were.
Well, if you make space and are able to move, I don't know how much you've already spent one potential from the fall, I think.
Yeah,
But if
I
you
can't
can
really
make,
move.
yeah,
Well, I could shift. Because I can do
A
I can use
withdraw.
2 for the martial and then 1 for the withdrawal, and then I can shift down to where the goblins were at here
mhm.
if I push them into this.
Yeah, I'll let you start moving, and then I'll interject if I want to start scooting or shooting.
Okay.
Scoot and
Is it
shoot.
difficult terrain for that hole for him? Is that what that would be?
No, that would be a stunts to jump over it.
Oh, okay.
That's just a hole in the way.
Gotcha. And then in this game, is it different? Like falling, obviously, I wasn't prepared to fall, so I had to do the stunts to protect. But can somebody like drop down the hole purposely and they still take falling damage, or how
Yeah,
does that work?
you still take falling damage, and you can use the skill to reduce it. The first 3 squares don't count for falling damage, so you have to get to 4 squares or higher of a fall for it to even matter. Because
Oh,
I want those first 3. The deficit isn't the falling damage; it's the fact that you're 3 squares down and may not have an easy way back up. And so, yeah, the first 3 don't matter, but once you hit 4, like, nah, it's a chunk of damage for falling. And then if you fall
okay.
10 or more, you're just straight up threatening wounds. Like, there is no, oh, I have so much health, it doesn't matter. Nah. If you drop 50 feet, you might just die.
Okay. So if let me. Oh, that's touch. Never mind. Could do that. No. So I guess I would just probably push the like hit those guys. Um,
Yeah, you can swing to the south.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hit those guys with forceful blows.
Yeah. As you're swinging to the south, I'm going to be adjusting the Goblin Thornchucker health because we killed 2 of them. So they should actually have 8 less health in that box because they're dead. So that is 12 damage to the shivers to your south. Is that correct?
All three, so that would be 12 each, right?
No. So if you are attacking with a weapon, you are targeting a creature. If you are
Oh,
tagging with magic, it tends to target squares, and so it's different. So you target for the 12 against a goblin shiver, and then it just goes to the health stat block and then fills throughout. So a lot of big
what
magical
also
blast attacks.
pushes?
Yeah, so you would push one for the push is yeah. So
Oh,
martial characters are a lot better at fighting, standard monsters, elite monsters, big singular things, and magical characters are a lot better at fighting the hordes. So
okay.
that is 12 damage to the goblin shivers. They are.
Um,
Go ahead.
to this one specifically,
Yeah. Cool.
and that would push him to but 6, which can he be pushed through that one or not?
You can hit them into each other, and then that also does damage. That would do 2 damage to both of them and continue to push them. So that push would do.
Because they're smaller, you said it would be a push more than 2 because it's 2 push, so
Yeah,
it would be
so
6.
it would be a 6 push. So you push one of them into the other, and as opposed to like we were recently playing Draw Steel, where like you just do over damage for hitting something. Here they can actually both continue to go flying as like you do the
Oh,
Dragon Ball Z, knock one dude into another, and they both end up into the side of a mountain a little ways away. Um,
so if it went into both of them that way, would it kinda scatter both of them, all 3 of them?
you're really only pushing it into one individual.
Okay,
You can't do the full uh, pins because that would require me spending too much time being super precise with the exact spot in a sub square. So it's just you knock one into another.
gotcha.
But that's still going to be an additional 4 damage on top of the 12 that you're doing. If I defend it, yeah, I will defend. So that is going to cost me one of my doom to reduce that damage by 6. So the 12 plus 4, 16 minus 6 is 10. We're going to end up doing 10 damage to the lot. These things have 2 hit points per goblin. You are going to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goblins as you are taking out the closest 5, the 3 in that square, and then the 2 next closest, as you are just full on Sauron, giant heavy swing, send a bunch of them scattering, bumping into each other, bashing into like the low slant of those spikes pointing towards the gate to the south as they just open up space for you to move.
Well, again, so my question was, if I'm gonna be pushing them 6, that would mean they would get to here and not be able to go any further. So it would do more damage, right?
So as they continue on, that is actually slanted away. So they would go over the top. Like that's like
Oh,
a full on pitch. So the spikes are pointed towards like cavalry coming in the gate. So they would continue to dump over to the other side. There's not enough to
I
stop
get to
them.
choose the direction of push, right?
As long as it
I'm just
continues to go away from you.
right. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I was
Yeah.
just like, if it's 1, 2, 3.
Dude, that is not being difficult. That's bloody hilarious. So now we get to the next nuance of the force pushing, which might be too many rules. You had a push of 6. They hit each other. They then, when you impact another creature, you get to choose whether you drop prone or whether you continue on for half the distance left. So they both drop prone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's And for everyone else watching, link down in the description to the 1.9.4 rules. There is a battle quick reference stuff, and half of the first page is just the force movement stuff that may need to be reduced down to half its current size, but it's all detailed there for you to read after the game.
Okay, so I did my 2 skills. What do you want to do, Hal? I still got a little bit left, but or Mus. Yeah, what do you want to do, Mus?
So I need to help clear some of this.
You still got those 2 in front of you, but the ones down here, you get an extra draw, I think. So,
That's only for my direct attack, not my blasts and things. I don't think
oh,
that's my spell attacks just do flat damage. But I don't have to overspend. I don't think. I could just jump down, but that would give up the height advantage. I am
don't forget
stand
about the guys here.
where?
The 2
Yeah,
guys on
I was
the
considering that. Where I am standing currently, is it attached onto this wall or is it suspended over this spike wall?
It is suspended. Actually, because we've started to tear down that tower, it was supposed to be suspended. It is now latched upon it, kind of pulled down at an angle.
So the direct diagonal 6 squares is actually 4.
Yes, because we're doing the
Mhm.
3.5 and it should be auto calculating for you.
It did.
It did not.
It showed me 20 feet.
Oh,
To get over this hole, what do I have to do? I have to
a
spend.
yes, you have to spend agility to be able to move, and
Yeah.
then from there it'll be a stunts test. No action economy will be
Okay. Okay.
required
Cool.
for the stunts test.
All right. So
As I have updated the map, I forgot to update that.
I will spend agility and my maximum 1 with my bum leg. And I'll start moving. 1, 2, 3. That would actually on the range. If I have a range of 6 on an ability and it's a 2x2 square, is the furthest square at 6 or the closest square at
The
6?
furthest.
Okay. I figured it might be as much. So let's get that stunts test out of the way just to see if I can continue.
Hmm.
um, I have a 1.
You have a 1.
I have a 6.
A
So
6. A 6 is progress. You are going to jump. You are going to get caught. You are going to do the Indiana Jones over the pit hanging by the ledge. You are now technically prone, hanging over the gap. You may either let go and drop down, or you may take 1 willpower to overcome the prone and stand up to continue.
let's do that.
Okay.
Willpower to stand. So I've only spent 1 square of movement so far.
You've spent 1 square of movement.
1,
Yep.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that I. And 1, 2, 3, and we will do an electrical explosion upon those 2 fellas there.
Awesome.
I don't know if it's gonna kill them. That's the problem. So that'll be 2 into Arcana. That's all of my potential, and that'll be 3 lightning damage each.
3 each. With that 3 each, they will take it. And by take it, I mean it's going to do a lot of damage to them. So that will be 6 damage to the stat block, and that's going to get you, I think, 1 kill.
I can't move back because I still have to spend that extra square.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I'll be done.
Cool. Head back to Hal.
Um,
Hal, you still got stuff?
Yeah, I have still have a potential, but based off of what he did and what the round order is, um, so after the Goblin Curse Caller, top of round, ended a potential left, correct?
Yeah, so after the Curse Collar, we end the round, you lose unused potential, and you get new ones at the start of the next.
Okay. I'm going to um, convert my one potential that's left into willpower.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Um, there you go.
Yeah, with that, we will go on to the Curse Collar. The Curse Collar is going to mount up, getting upon their steed. As they get upon their steed, they have no enemies within range of them. So they will ride their steed as they will usher it to move. It does not move far with riding since it's going to be moving on its own turn, but it's going to begin to move forward. And that's going to be the Curse Caller's turn as they call out against you. From there, we go to the end of the round. Beginning of the next. You ought to get your fresh potential. And we have one Arcana momentum coming to Muss, one defense momentum coming to Hal. As you lot gather those, the Thorn Chuckers are next up. For our Thorn Chuckers, one of them is in range of Muss, is the other? They are. Muss, you've got 2 shots coming in. Oh no, Muss. That is going to be 7 damage and a halted as a barbed tangle lashes around you and tangles onto the bridge.
Okay. I will defend for 5. That brings
Okay.
down to 2 damage.
2 damage. And then our final Thorn Chucker is going to shoot at Hal. Hal, that's 6 incoming.
The bone ladder wouldn't affect anything.
It would not. If it's not affecting your movement, it's not going to affect the attacks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, you said I just out of curiosity, you said I can't move into this square or this square, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But if I take body
If
damage,
you take body damage, you can
if I take
totally
body
go
damage,
right through.
well, I can move up to my speed, right? I
Half
just
your
have to be in a half my speed.
So
That's right.
2 squares.
Um, that's 5 undefendable damage.
And I think I need to change Dreadnought to be your full speed, because if it's half your speed, unless you have a speed of 6, like, you're only going
Yeah.
through a single enemy square. So, yeah, I think I need to update that.
Especially
Testplay.
with it being body damage, not just damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally needs to be updated.
Okay. 14. And then yeah, I'm gonna go there, and that would get that one with 5.
It would. So as you take this blow of this thorn chucker snagging across you, you just dreadnought your way through. That is definitely going to kill that guy as we do 5 damage. However, that is also going to kill a couple others. So each of them have 2 health. There should be a total of 5 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to get 1 more kill. And so as you move in that direction, we'll kill this guy. As you just tear forward, the ladder kind of moves all about as you just stomp right through the goblins in the way, swinging the shield to the side, clipping him with a truck door as you go. The neck snaps as he collapses to the ground. I shot you and I lost 2 goblins for shooting you. Okay. Yeah, those are my archers, I think. So we go from them to the shivers, and oh, here's a thing. We're going to go ahead and move these over here. So they're going to move into a flanking position. You now have 2 of them that don't need to move, and then 3 of them that moved. So this is going to be 2 draws of damage plus a flat 3. But both of those draws have tactical bonus from flanking. So that's actually 4 draws of damage. And there's another Joker. So I'm going to use that Joker, and I'm just going to use that to channel Doom as you feel things grow worse. And I'm going to gain Doom equal to the number of PCs. So that's going to be 2 more Doom for me and 8 damage. And then we'll get the next 2 draws as you can defend all these together from this single unit. And then plus 3. So that is 8, 9, 10, 15. That is going to be 18 damage and activating their special fighting style, which is called Stick 'em like a piggy. When they stick you like a piggy, you get ongoing pierce damage 1. So they attempt to stab you in a spot where you're just going to bleed out. So that is that's 15 and ongoing 1. How do you choose to respond?
So the ongoing one is a negative, right?
Yes, that is a negative condition.
Okay. Well, then it's going to be cautious defender, of course, and I'm going to just trying to see which one I'm using here. I'm going to use the 2 momentum that I have in defense.
Okay.
So that would reduce it all the way. Like no damage, no ongoing.
Awesome. As you just block to and fro, they try to stick you like a piggy, and no, you just tell them no. I'll continue on to my giant spider. So my giant spider is going to clamber forward. Let's see, that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get there. As they clamber forward, they have 3 more potential. They're going to spend... Yeah, they'll fully move in. They will spend a second agility to get here, kind of pushing over one of the meat racks as they move on in. The cursed car gleefully watching as they just move in. You watch as the fangs go super wide, and then they bite down at you. And this is going to be a bite attack for 2 pierce. And I can spend Doom to increase the amount. So I'm going to spend 2 Doom to get 2 more draws. So this is going to be drawing for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No face card. Sucks to be me. That's going to be a total of 17, 19, 28 damage.
Gonna defend twice. So yeah, that's 28 defense. So
Okay. So yeah, you take nothing as this, they have moved up for 2. They have attacked for 2. So that is their entire action economy. However, the curse caller, seeing all the goblins dying and seeing that their ranks might begin to flee, just calls out, "No, no, no, stay. We finished this one off together, right? We finished them off together." And I'm going to spend 2 more doom to use a web burst. And so the web burst is a 2x2. So we'll go ahead and mark that off with a white square. And that web burst is going to be here. And that web burst is going to deal halted 2. So while halted, you simply cannot move, and it takes 2 overcomes or other such things to reduce the halted to 0. So as you get covered by webs, so too do the goblins to the south, as it's ensured that they will not flee and they will maintain their flanked position. And that is going to be the end of the giant spider's turn, and we go to Muss and Hal.
So I think I jacked up my stress bar or my stamina bar. It looks like I did a D&D Beyond and typed the damage in. And I don't remember what it was before because I think it was I took 2 off of that 7 because I defended for 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was at 13.
Okay, I trust you.
Make sense?
Yeah, I trust you.
Okay.
Yeah. Not going to get super upset. I'm making
Yeah.
mistakes as well.
I'm gonna yell down to Hal. Do you want me to get this one?
I mean, if you let me hit it for a second, I might be able to hit it into the fire.
So this is a size larger than you, so a push 2 would only be a push 1.
Right,
But
but that would put it right there.
uh yeah, you could do that with that sort of push away from you. Yeah.
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 You want me to put it on the fire before you do some more firing?
Don't know if that'll put it outside of my range.
No, you're
Yeah,
good.
'cause you're up,
Yeah,
but
you're fine. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds like Hal, you want to try and attack it?
um, I mean, yeah, I could do the 2 into Marshall to do that.
Awesome.
Um, that's going to be draw 2,
Mm-hmm.
total of 10.
For a 10, I'm going to spend 1 doom for my giant spider to defend with an armor rating of 12, dropping your damage to 0. Additionally, their special defense style, Sticky Legs a Whirlin'. If incoming damage from a melee weapon is reduced to 0, the giant spider can disarm 2. So if you have a means of reducing a negative condition by 2, you can negate this. Can disarm 2, the weapon, and place it beneath it in any square it occupies. So as you swing in, as you're covered in these webs, the legs just reach up, lock around your arm, and pull the weapon with it. That does not do anything to the carrier of the push, but you are being disarmed as you push this spider away.
Hmm,
So
worth it.
we'll push the spider away. The hammer would have been in the farthest square that it could have put it. So it's going to be still covered by it, but it's nearer to you as opposed to farther. from you. You push it into the fire. The fire is immediately going to do 2 points of damage. And at the end of the round, it will also be taking damage for ending the round in the fire.
Does it do 2 per square because it's in 2 of them, or just 2?
That is a good call out. It does do 2 per square. Unlike D&D where it's just yes or no. Nah, it's a big creature. It's a big fire. The more you get in there, the more it cooks.
And since the goblin cursor is on top, they don't take damage.
Correct. They are suspended way up above.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you must.
Okay, so yeah, that's 2 martial there. You still maybe have more unless you have none from defending.
No, I used it for the defense. So
Okay.
I mean, it's all on us now.
Awesome. All on Muss.
All out on Muss. Yeah, I mean, I really want to just test how hard you can go and what the consequences are.
So do I.
So we're gonna do 1 Arcana Momentum, 3 Arcana Potential, and a Stressed Overcharged Exertion.
Oh, dude.
We are at a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, a 4th level explosion.
A 4th level explosion. Oh
It's
no.
a 2x2 box. Is that just that's not gonna hit the rider, that's just gonna hit all 8 squares of the spider?
When we're doing boxes and stuff, if it makes sense, you can hit the rider as well. So like
What? That's the
it's
rules
not a
though, like, we're
column to the ceiling, but like yeah, so you can hit the rider and the mount and the 2x2 box. Yes.
because that feels cheap. If I'm already hitting the spider for 8 squares, it doesn't feel like it should hit the rider.
The spider got bonus movement because the rider pushed it forward. So like yeah, hit
Yeah.
everything. Blow it all up.
That would be 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
So 9.
9
Okay, the
per
spider.
square.
9 per square. So the spider, instead of 9, would be taking 36.
What do you mean?
So if it's 9 per square and you put the 2x2 box over the entire spider.
Is it? Oh, it doesn't. It says box. The other one says square. This one says box.
That needs to be updated.
That's
It's meant to be
Okay.
The bottom and the top, or just
So it
just
is only
2D.
4 square.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just 2D.
Understood.
Yeah. So that is 36 damage to the spider. Even with the 12 armor rating, I cannot defend to save my spider. We have just cooked my spider in 2 attacks.
Because she loved.
Okay, so we'll just do a 36
bad
there,
spider.
a 30 there. Spider dead. Curse Caller is going to be taking 9 damage. Does the Curse Caller have anything?
And fall into the fire?
No. It's the spider's still between. I appreciate you going for it. I gotta have a limit somewhere. we almost one shot that spider pretty much. So the Curse Caller taking 9 damage. The Curse Caller will defend. So I'm down to 2 doom. Now here's a thing that I don't know the answer to. And so I want your opinion as we learn this, and I'm learning how I'm writing the rules. This attack is all happening at the same time. The Goblin Curse Caller has a feature called Arachno Rider, which increases their armor rating by 6 while mounted. Do I get the +6 for this attack that's killing the spider? Like, it's all at the same time. I should get the +6, right?
Well, and then so here's the thing. What about defending against all of it at the same time as well? Because like when we do with the battalions.
Because if you're riding the spider, the defense would be with the spider damage calculated in, right? So it'd just be like
Well,
40
okay,
total?
so yeah,
Or,
no,
no, 40.
the Curse
42 total?
Caller, they have an armor rating of 6, and they get a +6 on top of the spider. Had I chosen to damage the curse caller first, it'd be an easy, like, hey, he gets this +6 because he's on the spider. But I killed the spider first, so like the order of operations shouldn't matter. For this one attack, does it make sense that the curse caller would still get his +6 while he's on top of the spider, and this is the last time he gets that bonus?
Well, I think if you hadn't killed the spider first, it would get like they would take the damage first, and then the spider would take the damage. But if you take the spider out of the equation, then they're not there.
So
I would
I killed the
I would
spider
say
first just because it was
yeah.
more cinematic, but like the damage is happening from the
I would
same
say
attack altogether.
they definitely get it. They
Okay.
definitely
Yeah.
get the benefit because just like how we get the benefit of defense, like it doesn't make sense to try to split up our turn and then say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, at the very end they get to defend against all the damage. But for something like this where it's like at the same time,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Like I felt like they should get it, but that's also me like stretching for like, hey, I want to take no damage from this attack. So
it's the antithesis of us defending against all the damage at once. It's the same the same benefit mechanic.
cool. So I'm down to 1 doom, and the curse caller hides as the spider rears up, the pain from the initial bonfire underneath it causing it to rear, and then your explosion goes through the underside, but he's like he's protected as the mount is in this rampant stance as he survives the attack, but I'm down to a single doom. And now that I say that, I probably should have saved more doom and just let him take the damage. Oh well. Mus, that was your super big attack. Do you have anything else as you are tangled in place?
No, they defended all the damage.
They did, yes. They defended
Okay.
12 out of the 9.
The difference in nomenclature and all this is like we're playing D&D, like I can listen with one ear and still hear everything because my brain is so used to hearing it. And like for this, if I look at the wall on accident for like 2 seconds, the words just disappear
Yeah.
because I hear them.
Yeah, it's its own nomenclature, that it's its own jargon and words, and yeah. Cool. So Mus's big attack, you're still in location. Do you have 1 potential remaining?
No, I got nothing.
Okay. With that, Hal, you're done as well. We go to the curse caller. The curse caller is livid. You've killed their pet. They have 2 individuals that are currently stuck. They're going to move a bit up. So they're going to move 3 squares up. They are going to blast up at Mus. They're going to blast you with a Hex Blast. This is draw 2 corruption damage. That is a 7, and ooh, I need to reshuffle. So that is a 7 plus a 9. That is 16 damage, Mus.
I'm at flat 0.
Okay, when you hit 0, you either can go unconscious and hope I don't kill you. In order to kill you, I have to have someone start their turn next to you and then spend all of their potential to do a finishing blow. Or you can threaten a wound and drop to 1.
Okay.
You already have
Um,
1 wound. You have a maximum number of wounds you can accumulate before the next wound will kill you.
But you can ignore the first one.
I don't have that trait.
How you can ignore the first one that would kill you
Oh,
because
that's
of a
me.
human
Okay.
ability you have.
So I have 1 wound currently. My max number of wounds is 3.
So you would need to get to your 4th one to be the kill.
Okay, that's maybe we change the way it's written on the sheet.
Okay.
I'll threaten a wound. Is that
Cool.
my deck or your deck?
That's my deck. That's another wound.
Damn.
With that, as they hex blast you, you drop to 1. It ripples through your head. You are going to get a concussion from this. And what the concussion is going to do is it is going to reduce your willpower capacity by 1.
Oh, crap. I'm down to 0 in willpower.
If you are already at 1, instead, you may not use the benefits of your combat styles. So
Oh.
you can never drop to 0 in a capacity, but if you would
Mhm.
drop to 0, you get a related effect. So for concussion, with like dealing with your mental cognizance and your ability to push
Uh-huh.
on, you start to get really fumbly and sloppy. And so your combat styles that, trigger when you take certain types of
Uh-huh.
damage or when you get a face card on an
Uh-huh.
attack, you just don't get to access them anymore.
So willpower is fighting style is gone.
Yes, your combat
And then
styles are gone
yep.
because you're already at 1.
Is that weapon properties as well?
No, your weapon properties still work.
Oh, it's just my one fighting style. Okay.
Yeah, it's just your core fighting style and your defense style. So
Defense. Okay. Okay. That's different. Oh, yeah. Okay. Both
yeah,
of them.
yeah. So yeah, fighting style and defense style collectively are combat styles.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So you have a injured hip, and now you are concussed by a hex blast. And to make things worse, I'm going to spend my last doom, and I'm going to spend it as the curse caller is going to jinx Hal. When a jinx happens, the curse caller makes a bad situation worse for a target within 10 squares. Increase the value of a negative condition by 1. So those webs all around Hal, they get just a little bit worse. So instead of halted 2, you're now up to halted 3. And then the curse caller is going to move back another 3 squares, and that's going to be the end of their turn. That is the end of the round. We hit the top of the round. You get your potential back. You get your defense momentum and arcana momentum. And we go on to the thorn chuckers. My 2 thorn chuckers up on the tower are going to shoot at Muss. Muss, that is 18 incoming damage. If you're able to defend all of it, you may do so. But if any of it gets through, you must decide between going to 0 or threatening another wound.
Oh my gosh. Um, so is there over damage in this game?
There is no over damage. It is taking you down to 0, and then you deciding whether you're staying conscious and fighting or dropping and being open to be finished off.
So I could spend nothing and threaten a wound.
You could. At this point, if you cannot drop it to 0, you
Yeah.
just threaten the wound.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. With that, I draw a card. If it's a heart, you are wounded. It is not.
Ugh.
So that is 18 damage that you just negated by fate. What did that moment look like?
That jinx she just threw down there. It wasn't adding bad juju. It was just taking away the good juju, and it came up to me.
Okay. There was more of a balance to the situation. Okay. Those are those 2 up top. And then there's still 1 thorn chucker down by Hal, and he'll shoot at Hal. That is 7 damage going at Hal.
So let me ask a question.
Yeah.
If I'm halted, but I take body damage,
If you are
can
halted,
I
you
not
cannot
still
move. Even
move?
if something would
Okay.
trigger saying you can
Okay.
move, you simply cannot move. You are halted.
Okay. So how much was
That's a
that?
great question, though. That was 7.
It was 7. I'm going to defend um, with um, potential.
Cool. So just
Negate it.
defend 1. Cool. From there, we go to the shivers. Some of the shivers are locked in place. Others are not. There are 5 of them. They are all flanking. That is draw 5 damage. Or that's draw 10 damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
10 damage.
They all have tactical bonus.
Remember earlier when he said, if the goblins surround you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way these things have paired up, 8 undefendable, 10 undefendable. There's 18 undefendable on the board that you just have to take. And then there's another 17, Uh, 37 that is defendable, that is coming with 2 ongoing.
So if I just threaten a wound,
You could drop to 1 and just threaten a wound.
because I mean, if there's 18 undefendable, I have 14.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't defend it anyway.
Now, if you chose to defend and you chose to do a cautious defender, you could reduce that ongoing damage. Because you're going to get
The
2
halberd
hits of
thing.
ongoing damage from the stick 'em like a piggies.
Oh. So it'd only take 2 defending to
Uh,
get rid of that?
no. So for your cautious defender, you reduce a negative condition by half you spend. So you could only really get rid of one of them by spending 2 defense and cautious defender. So really, it's whether two potential is worth reducing it from ongoing 2 to ongoing 1. It might be better to just take it.
So the stick 'em like a piggy is just gonna be on top of that? I'm confused on that because they were just doing the attack, but
Yeah, so the stick 'em like a piggy is their fighting style. So whenever they get a face card, they also give you bleed 1. So there's 2 face cards, so you're going to be getting 2 ongoing bleed damage from this assault.
oh, I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. That's where I was missing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we just take it for this point.
Okay. So we will go ahead and we will put a little red dot with a 2 on you. And then we will draw to threaten a wound as you are at 1 body. And that is not a wound. So as you are bleeding out at this point, and so you can make informed choices for the ongoing damage at the beginning of the battle round, you take undefendable damage equal to your ongoing. So you have until the end of the round, and then at the start of the next, you're just going to bleed out for 2 points if you don't deal with that situation. Um, but yeah, so you are at 1, no wounds, bleeding for 2, and we go to both of your turns. In order to get rid of a negative condition, it takes a willpower. Mus, you currently are halted 1 as you are barb tethered to the bridge. And then Hal, you are tangled in webbing for 3 and bleeding for 2. As this is bad.
Did you put a momentum into willpower earlier? Or did you spend that?
I did. So, um, I could technically spend up to 4 willpower right now.
At least to get rid of the bleed damage.
I mean, my max is 3, but momentum doesn't count against the max. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, you track momentum
Okay.
in a separate account.
So yeah, I have 4. So I have 3 potential and 1 momentum and willpower. So I was thinking I was going to need something. What I can do.
Not to overtalk your planning, but from a learning mechanics sort of way, and with you guys going on the same hero phase and being able to intersperse things back and forth, I currently have 0 doom, which means I have 0 ability to defend. So as many things as you guys can do back and forth before spending momentum, and yes, spending momentum to make 1 attack really big is super powerful, so do it. But if there's independent things you want to do that might damage bad guys that don't require a single big attack, the more you do before people start spending momentum, the more is just automatic. I can do nothing about it.
Well, I
Also,
kind
we
of
can.
have an idea.
Okay.
So tired of being flanked, I can forceful blows this way
Mm-hmm.
and possibly take out the 3 of them because there's nowhere for anything to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's the object.
Uh-huh. And if you're not
And
bouncing
since
them into
they're
each other, they can't drop prone.
yeah, so if I just tried to move this 1 guy into that wall,
then you
He
could,
can't
yeah.
move 6.
Oh crap!
Um,
Oh no! Yes! Yes, 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 do
That's
this!
what we
Do
call
this!
pinball, baby.
yeah.
I'm sorry, take your
So
turn.
I think I want to spend the 2 martial to do that. Um, leaving me with 1 potential left. Uh,
You spend
so
it on
yeah,
defense already.
no, I spent 1 already, yeah. So on something that I earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I spent it on defense. So
Mhm.
um yeah, I'm gonna do that. So we'll do draw 2 here real quick.
Okay. That is
19.
19. Push 6 because it's a push 2. He is size 1/3. So that's 6. He cannot move any of that 6. So that is going to be 4 times 6, 24 plus 19. That is enough to eliminate the rest of the goblin shivers around you. So you've mechanically figured out how to do that much damage. And the card draws help as well. What does this look like as you are still bleeding and you are still caught up into the webbing, but you are going to eliminate all of the shivers around you?
Well, the spider should have taken my shield, not my hammer. 'Cause
Uh,
I'm really good with my shield.
as you say that, I will call out to the viewers that shields are technically weapons in this game. You can pummel people with shields. They occupy a weapon hand. Like they count as weapons. So this is totally legit.
So yeah, I just kind of rage out and smash all of them with my shield right around me there. Um, Mus, what do you want to do? Because I still got potential, but I was just kind of really mad at all these little goblins trying to surround me.
Hmm.
I'm worried about your bleed.
Hmm?
I can. Oh, how
I
much
can
moving?
threaten another wound. I don't have any wounds yet, so like if the
Does
bleed happens,
that just counts against any damage?
Yes. So at the start of the round, at 1 hit point, if you bleed for 2, you threaten a wound. Or
Or you
you
die.
can drop unconscious, and then
Okay.
I can walk up and bash your skull in with a skull scepter
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. What about bleed out?
There is no bleed out timer. The bleed out timer is if you leave, they die. If you don't keep the enemies occupied, they die. But there is no bleed out timer. It's more the tactics of keeping all the
Mhm.
other enemies occupied.
Okay. All right.
and
Well,
I can take 4 more wounds. So
oh my
um
gosh.
Yeah. So
All right.
so one thing I was thinking was I have another ability for the hold the line, and I can restore 10 of your stamina, but it requires me to use 1 of my willpower momentum.
mhm.
Hmm.
So um I would say you do whatever you're going to do first because he doesn't have any doom. So he can't defend against whatever you do. And then I
Yeah.
can give you the hold the line as long as you're within 6 squares of me, which Pythagoras right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
So the only thing I can do, the biggest thing I could do would be a direct strike attack on the caller. I could not. It's too far to get a blast down there.
And then we do have 2 thorn chuckers up top and 1
Yeah,
down below.
those are problems.
I'm gonna make them
Uh,
bigger just so they're less
I
likely
can
to be
see, yeah,
missed.
I can see them. I've been watching them. um, I do think there's a little bit of merit in trying to get to you, but I just don't know how much it'd be take to get down that ladder.
4
'Cause I think I'm
Well,
like,
squares.
what?
you're also halted
20
1, so
Oh,
you
yep.
have to
You
overcome that.
you're
Okay,
tangled
well,
by barbs on the bridge.
yeah, okay, we will do a we will do a 1, 2, 3. Um, when I When I spend Doom to do something, you get it immediately, and then
I get it
because
immediately and I can defend with it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The
all right,
moment you spend momentum, I have it and it's usable. There isn't a delay. That way,
mm-hmm,
you don't have to keep track of when exactly did I get this. It's
mm-hmm.
just like it's
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
field.
That's not. It doesn't seem worth it to attack her then, because that's just a draw 2. Oh, I have height advantage.
What you have height advantage, so that's going to get you a +1.
Yeah,
It's a
with your
draw.
arcane bolt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it, that counts, right?
The height advantage, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we'll spend 3. I'll did a draw 3 on an arcane bolt.
Okay.
Would that be draw 4 then?
No, it's
You're
draw.
spending 3?
It would be the debate. It cost me 2 Arcana to do a draw 1.
Oh.
And then I get a +1 draw for every other point I spend. Which I could do an exertion. I have.
Yeah, if you have
Oh
the
wait, no wait,
stress, you could do an
no.
exertion.
I do have it's still sitting there, just it's at 0.
Yeah, if you have the max stamina to do it.
We're down to 7. Oh, my max stamina is down to 7, and we will do a.
As you're doing this draw, I will call out
Yep.
that there are very few mechanics for the overexertion. You have to
Mhm.
be a battle mage, taking the correct ability for battle mage to be able to do this. Stress yourself to blow someone else up more. It's
Oh, melees don't get this?
melees don't get that. That is a battle mage
Hmm.
thing.
I mean, an extra card, like when you're starting out with 1 card, it's like, ugh, okay. But then we just start piling them on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna do a draw 4
Draw 4. And this is fire or lightning.
lightning.
Okay.
I'm
Cool,
trying to
cool.
get a good shot.
Awesome.
Oh,
Oh
buddy.
no.
13, 33 plus
33.
33 plus 6 on go. Oh no, I don't get my fighting style.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I have no doom. This thing has got 10 stamina, 10 body. How do you destroy the curse caller?
It's sometimes you just gotta line up the shot, man. There is there is a hole through the chest, and there is a large burn mark on the ground behind him at
Uh-huh.
the angle of trajectory.
I feel bad that both times you've gotten the ongoing damage, it's been in an overkill where like it's the blow that kills them that's getting it.
It's fine. Because I've been watching my deck a bit. Like I've got a I've burned through so many low draws.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have 1 Arcana Momentum, which doesn't do much for me at this moment in time.
Uh-huh.
And I have a potential that I cannot put into Arcana, so I can't attack again.
Yeah.
So that'll do it.
Okay.
So after that lightning blast goes through, Salvador coughs up a little bit of blood and says, "Way to hold the line." And now you have 7 stamina and you gain a defense momentum.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, and from that big blast, I got no momentum from that either. Did I just get 1 from Hal though?
Um, you did
Yes.
just get 1 now.
Cool, cool.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
do what you're gonna do, and
Yeah.
then I'll do that.
Okay, that's the end of the round. At the start of the next round, Hal, you take 2 bleed, which threatens a wound, which is not a wound. You do not bleed out so much that there's a problem. So y'all get your potential. You each get your momentum of your core capacity, and we go into the Thorn Chuckers. The Thorn Chuckers are gonna scatter. They're gonna bolt. Like they no longer have any of their big wigs. They're running, they're gunning, they're getting out of here, jumping over the sides of the tower, running out the gate. That is going to be the end of the combat with less than a single stat block of minions, with no standards, no elites. You have broken the goblin camp, and you have successfully routed those attacking the countryside around Riversmark. That is going to be our session for the evening. Thank you all so much for playing. Thoughts about this test play, how it went compared to the other one, how you feeling? Okay, so we just cut out a bunch of content. We spent a long time talking post game, talking about the things we liked, about the things that like we thought like, oh yeah, those improvements were really good, but maybe these other things need to be changed. We completely workshopped multiple maneuvers that are available to characters. We talked about action economy, all these things. So there's an unlisted video linked down in the description below if you're interested in the development of the game and how we talk through all this. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in getting a version of these rules for free, they're linked in the description below on the Patreon. You can join the Patreon for continued content and continued updates to this game. Jump into the Discord to join a game, join a recorded game, a paid professional game, D&D, Dungeon World, all these different things. But just thanks for watching and have a lovely.